We're live.
Hello, everyone. How's it going? How you doing? How you been? Hope you had a happy holiday. It's 2021.
Nothing's gonna change.
Haven't
We
seen you
still
all
got
since
Rona,
last year.
and I'm still sexy. Nothing's changed.
I hate it here.
So, hope you all had some happy holidays, a happy new year. I know it's very sad that you had to spend a couple weeks not seeing our faces, but now we're back and you get to look at us. So,
I mean, you're kind of used to that if you watch this show.
yeah. To be fair, inconsistent scheduling is our brand.
Yep.
The only consistent thing about us is how inconsistent we are.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I wonder if you tracked our inconsistency, if there would be a pattern of anyway. So before we get started into a bit of a recap, Justin, any announcements?
Nicolas Cage on my shelf. No. Please listen to our podcast, or I'm gonna get really frustrated and just delete it because it's costing me too much money to keep it up and going with no downloads or any listens. So yeah. So if you are listening to our podcast, I'm so sorry, but there's just no. There hasn't been like an episode download in a month, so I'm probably just gonna terminate it. A lot of tabletop channels don't do podcasts, so I don't know why I decided to. Honestly,
for the people, but they like to look at our faces. So.
Yeah, so I'm just probably gonna get rid of it because it's not worth the money at this point.
There.
That's the announcement. If you listen to the podcast, I'm sorry, but I'm killing it. I'm choking it to death.
That's the energy I want in 2021.
Choke everything to death. And Rime of the Frostbane is back this coming Thursday. And it's gonna be fun. So come for the lulz.
Wednesday, we're doing stuff in a tower.
That's right, Wizard Tower Wednesday.
Wizard Tower Wednesdays.
Wizard Tower
right
Wednesday.
After Taco Tuesdays.
Taco Tuesdays. Yep, that's it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's go.
All right. Then I think it's time for a recap.
Yep.
So, we have finished the section of my notes that has been labeled A Tale of Two Dungeons, in which there were two dungeons basically back to back. One where Ilvem went in and, faced some personal stuff in exchange.
Thanks for that. Really appreciated it. Every moment.
In exchange for a blessing of Cord that allows them to swap their dexterity and strength as an action, which has been very helpful. They also went and dealt with a group of necromancers who had made their way into a natural site called the Windwell, a natural font of wind-based elemental energy. They made their way through and, ousted those necromancers. They showed mercy where they could and allowed the lower ranking ones to just run off and flee, but killed the leader dead. After Ilvem grappled him and held him still, for some reason causing him to lose all magical ability for the time being and making him incapable of casting spells, while Drusilla mostly then just wailed on him, and Hannibal fought a wraith.
Yep.
After which Drusilla got into an argument with a primordial spirit of air, being like, no, you listen, I've been studying nature for all of 18 years. I know what I'm talking about. And primordial spirit was like, I've existed as long as there's been air. Who do you, child? And put Drusilla's druid magic in timeout. Drusilla then had a heartfelt conversation with Odysseus, not Adidas. Odysseus, the druidic matron of a traveling group of furbolgs who were keeping an eye on the forest and in particular investigating the intruding necromancers. But we're basically like, we're not going to fight them or anything because we'd rather fix up the forest than, bury people. So we're just going to keep an eye on them from a distance. But if you want to go kill them, great, you can risk it. So, y'all did. Came back. Just but they had been keeping an eye on Poppy and Moloch. And then Odysseus basically told Drew, like, wow, your worldview is really backwards and harsh, and like maybe lighten up a little. Not all that bad, and like you can have friends and family and don't need to worry about like being useful and being judged based on your utility. Maybe you can just be a person. And Drusilla was like, sounds fake, but okay. And then they all hopped on Poppy and traveled south. Found the Furbolgs gave them a path up out of the valley, cutting their time down drastically for their travel south to the Kekuhi border. They eventually found their way to the road and made their way along until they arrived at the border. At which point they were stopped by, and this is where we are picking up this session. They were stopped by a group of soldiers at some kind of outpost at the border. The officer of the group stepped up and basically was like, state your business. All of them, I will remind you of their appearance. They're all wearing helmets. They also all have 3 symbols on their armor. A spear with sails on it, a diving hawk, and 2 rows of shark's teeth. Though they're in like, it's like one on top and larger, and then the other 2 on the bottom. But it, depending on the armor, they swap out which one is the one on top. And they spoke for a bit, but pretty much as soon as Hannibal poked his head up, they were like, "Oh, look, a triton! Perfect. We're gonna take you in as a hostage because we're at war with the tritons." And then Ilvem's like, "No, what? He's not a triton. What are you talking about?" And Hannibal's like, "No, fuck that. Let's kill these assholes." At which point,
racists.
At which point, a some kind of person dressed like what Sid would probably recognize as monk clothing, like monk vestments, but a lot more like the monk vestments Sid's used to are like very nice and fairly like well made but simple. But these look like they're made out of like burlap or like some kind of really rough homespun material, and fairly loose but kind of like cinched at the joints to keep it tight to the body from getting in the way of movement. This person's includes a hood and a wooden mask, like unpainted wooden mask with like round holes for the eyes and a round hole over the mouth, basically looking like a Shy Guy mask. This person signaled to the woods below them, and then a group of people wearing their no uniform except for all of them wearing their coats inside out, marking themselves as members of the Turncoat faction.
Oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm. They literally wear their coats.
Turn their coats.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
How many brain cells did that take?
A fashion revolution.
All came running out of the woods to help in this fight. Oh, I forgot to mention, at one point the officer called back to further back, and some sort of medium-sized chitinous monster with big glowing orange eyes, pincers on its mouth, 4 arms, and holding a trident appeared in front of all of you. And
I forgot about that.
Yeah, appears to be listening to their commands. So that's where we're going to pick up, is with the majority of the turncoats engaging the border soldiers, and this thing facing off against all of you, with all of you still up on Poppy. So let's roll for initiative.
And I got 2 monitors, so I got my character sheet up on one.
Nice.
I hate you.
I only have
want
first
2
level
monitors.
spells.
I forgot.
And I have new spells because of the level up, but I can't prepare them because we haven't had a long rest since we leveled up.
That's true.
I do not get new spells on the level up. Oh wait, no, I do.
Y'all have spells?
Yeah. I got 5 for initiative.
Wow. What a concept.
Okay.
Oh, we have to roll initiative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I got
can't.
11.
Oh, I want to throw a fireball so bad.
You should learn one new tactic.
Yeah.
I have many new tactics that I'm very excited about.
Are all of them fireball?
No.
There are different ways to cast fireball. is
Cast
what it is.
fireball mixed with gust of wind.
Like, this is fireball, except I throw it under my thigh first, so it's a trick shot.
Oh, I love it.
This fireball I Kobe'd.
Rest in peace.
Okay, what do we all get? Hannibal got a 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Drew?
10.
Okay. Sid?
15.
Ooh, nice. And Ilvem?
11.
Okay.
We're on Poppy too.
So-
This is great.
Yep.
Mounted
fight.
combat.
Poppy fight. No, I'm casting enlarge on Poppy.
Okay. You can do whatever you want when you
That's
get to
gonna
your
be
turn.
awesome.
You go last.
Yep. Well.
All right.
Does
So
Poppy need to roll initiative?
I suppose if you would, I will leave that up to you. Honestly, if you would you like Poppy to be involved in this combat?
No.
Elephants are strong.
I-
yes.
Also say no.
But she has
She's
more
a
hit points than
baby.
all of us. Baby.
I don't want baby to get hurt.
No baby hurt.
All right.
We'll buy her
Then,
some armor at the next town, and then she can
The
join
soldiers
combat.
can still,
Yeah.
can still attack Poppy though, even if she's not. Yeah.
Well, if she makes a threat of herself, then like it will target her immediately. But if she doesn't and fades into the background a bit more, it will target all of you first because it was ordered to target all of you.
Great.
So that brings us up to the top of the order. First up is Xanorn.
Oh fuck! I'm sorry about that, dude.
The best of all of us.
He rolled a nat 20.
The best sibling.
His initiative. So he's gonna like climb down off of Poppy and rush over to it and make his 3 attacks.
Does it cost us half movement to unmount from Poppy, like it says in the PHB? Just curious.
I'm gonna count on like that's for getting off. Well,
Because we are
Yes.
technically mounted.
you are, and like it makes more sense than it does getting off a horse because you like literally have to climb down
Yeah.
off Poppy. So
Okay.
I'll still say it takes half your movement, but that's like because it takes like 15 feet to get
Yep,
down off
okay.
of Poppy.
Cool. Just jump
So?
off.
Yeah, what if I just jump off?
Then I'll say you can make an acrobatics check to avoid falling prone and taking fall damage.
I was gonna
Sick.
ask
What
if I
if
get
I-
acrobatics off of Poppy.
Good thing I have
I'll
dimension
ask
door.
my question on my
I don't
turn.
have dimension door.
All right, Xanorn only hits once
Ugh, Xanorn.
as it like he swings the first. He's like dual wielding a short sword and scimitar. He swings the first one in, and it just like glances off of its chitinous skin. The other one manages to sink in, and the third one it blocks with its trident.
What color is it?
It is like a deep gray, like kind of deep gray on the outside and purple on its underbelly,
No.
with like 3 pincery claws on the end of each hand.
I know what that is,
That
I
was-
think.
And it's only medium sized.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And it appears to be, as he sinks his sword into it, it does appear to be resistant to the damage he's doing and does not take very much damage.
Oh, Xanorn.
It's like,
We
what
need
the-
to get this bastard a magical sword.
That might be helpful.
I can cast
All right,
mage armor on Poppy.
that would help. Let's see. So then that makes it its turn.
Yep.
Excellent.
I wonder if we're gonna lose Xanorn right now.
That's
Yeah, it's just gonna-
too bad.
it's just-
Oh well.
It's just gonna. Its 2 overclaws are gonna slash at him while it stabs at him with the trident. It's just gonna make 2 attacks against Xanorn. And ooh, that first one misses. Yeah, because you got that breastplate for him. And then the trident also misses. Okay, it rolled terribly. So he like dodges out of the way of the claws and then parries with the sword, making it Sid's turn.
Cool. I would like to
Rage.
yeah, just all of a sudden I would like to rage.
Ooh,
No.
Sid took a level in barbarian.
Monk barbarian.
That'd be rad. Okay. So how close is this thing to Poppy?
About 20 feet in front of Poppy.
Okay. Cool. Can I like acrobatics off Poppy and land on the thing?
You can. You're gonna have to make like a grapple check in order to like land on it, unless you want to just like hop off of it immediately.
I don't want to grapple. Okay, then I'm going to just go ahead and acrobatics off Poppy and get up in the creature's face.
All right, roll me the acrobatics check.
Ooh.
Okay. God, that is 23.
Absolutely. So Sid just like hops forward off the back of Poppy's neck and like slides Legolas style like down the trunk
Nice.
and then like ramps off the end, does a quick flip and then lands right in front of this thing.
Still,
And it
only,
turns
And
still only counts as one.
still only counts as one.
still only counts as one.
Awesome. And then I would like to go ahead and summon my arms.
Okay.
So I need a dex save from the creature.
Okay. It's not great at those.
Bring out that force damage.
10.
10. Oh boy. Let me double check what my... Okay, yes. And so that is... So that's 6 forks damage.
Ooh,
Nice.
It feels that.
And then I wanted to summon my fancy new face along with my arms.
Okay.
So I got those going for me, and so that's my bonus.
And just for the audience who has not seen the lovely picture you sent in to all of us, could you describe what Sid's arms and face look like?
All right. So Sid's arms are very thin, very golden, and they end in really long, pointed fingers like claws. And the matching face is a full face, like masquerade mask with no mouth. All you can see are Sid's eyes, and it's just a bunch of moving little golden designs like flowers and cogs and like other just swirls and glitter, and it's just golden and beautiful, and it's completely expressionless except for Sid's eyes, which you can see. No mouth, completely expressionless, just the eyes.
Nice.
So yeah, and then I will go ahead and take 2 slaps at this bad boy.
Okay.
2 slaps.
2 slaps. Okay, that's a natural 20 for the first one.
Yes.
Good start.
And that is, if I can remember how to play my character, that would be great. Oh God, what do I add? I forgot what I add. Oh, that's right, I add 6. Okay, sorry. And that's 18 for the second one.
That does just hit.
Oh.
Shit. Okay, cool.
So
Awesome.
first one comes like swinging in from behind, hits it easily. Second one comes in, it holds up the trident as like one of your hands is coming in, claws first, and it tries to catch it like Three Stooges style, right between the fingers, but it just misjudges how long the fingers are, and they just go right past it into its side.
We love it. We love to see it. Okay, so that is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the first one.
Okay.
5, 6, 7, 8 for the second.
Oof, all right. It feels those as you just stab into it with force damage from your golden shimmery astral arms. All right,
Hell
anything
yeah.
else?
Nope. That'll be
Okay.
it. I'm just gonna stay up in this boy's face.
All right, Ilvem.
I don't know. I really don't feel like I need to go ham. You know what I mean? Like, there's some cool stuff I can do, but I don't really think I need to do it. I'm just gonna like look at Drew, be like, how much effort do we really need to put into this one? And then Eldritch Blast.
Okay. I like you don't even look. It's like, how much effort do we really need to?
I should have put more effort.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 14 and a 16.
Okay, 14 and a 16, both miss.
Yeah, I know.
They just ricochet off of its like natural insectoid armor.
Yay!
Huh. Guess we need more effort.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like start lounging though.
Okay. That will bring us to Drew.
You only have first level spells, right?
Yep.
Ouch.
And cantrips. You don't need to remind me.
Cantrips can be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Baby.
beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, just jump down there with
Maybe
Sid
I
and go melee.
Well, here's my question. So
Wild shape.
no, I'm saving that for Simon. If I were to thorn whip, could I pull myself 10 feet closer?
I would say yes. Especially since you're so small.
Okay, that is what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well, roll the attack.
Man.
It's gonna hit because it's a 16 plus 7, and I don't know what that means.
That's 23, so that does hit.
I'm not good at math. So that's 8 damage.
Okay. What kind of damage is that?
Piercing.
Okay.
Magical piercing.
Mm-hmm. It does appear to take the full amount. Is like you swing this thorn whip down, it wraps around it in the thorns and just like pierce through and crack through its armor, and you can just yank yourself off of Poppy down to the ground.
Hell yeah. Can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. I don't have any bonus actions I can do right now.
What
So
Okay.
I'm gonna just post up.
Okay. All right. That will make it almost Hannibal's turn, but not quite.
Yay!
The monk up in the tree, like up at a distance, all of the turncoats have rushed forward to basically are engaging the border guards up ahead of you. But the monk is going to just leap out of the tree and make probably like a good 40-foot jump, like from the tree through the air, just kind of like launches themselves out of the tree, does like one of those like Spider-Man leaps, just like arms out, feet back, and then just comes into a roll and lands, pops up behind it, and then is just going to come in with 3 baps.
I wish I could do BAPs.
First bap is going to miss.
I mean,
Second
you
bap
can.
is going to miss.
Yeah, who says you can't?
It's
You
true.
got hands.
I do have
Yeah.
I do have strength.
Third bap is a hit.
You're the strongest.
Yeah,
of us.
you're literally the beefiest of all of us.
It's true.
Beef wizard.
All right. Does some damage, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw on that third attack,
Ooh.
which it fails. So it's like bap, bap, like not getting through the insectoid armor. And then the third one, they go in for just a sweep kick, knock its legs out from underneath it, and then just like post up their fist. So as it falls down, its head just kind of like lands on their fist, and it lands prone. Now that'll make it Hannibal's turn.
Excellent. All right. Let's see. What's a good tactic for me right now? Okay. I want to go with a tactic I tried doing earlier, and I'm going to cast Enlarge on Sid.
Okay. So Sid, once again, you're like over 10 feet tall now,
Yeah,
like somewhere in the 10 to 11 foot range, probably.
So I take a pinch of powdered iron and just clap it in my hands, and Sid gets big.
Yep. You like
Be not afraid.
there's like leaves in your hair now as you stand up, and like the lower branches of the trees around you are like at head height.
Here, and I'll be really helpful, and I'll post what that does for Sid in our little group chat.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, your size doubles in all dimensions, your weight multiplied by 8. Blah, 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 blah. There's a bunch. Okay. And then I'm going to go prone, so I'm out of target from anything.
Just
I think. Just
lay down on top of Poppy.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. That'll bring us back up to the top of the order with Xanorn, who is going to just make 3 more swings. That one will hit. That one will miss. And that one will miss. Only hits with 1 attack, but is going to do a thing. I think it's, yeah.
Ooh, what thing did he do?
Ooh, it doesn't help much. On one of the attacks, like the one that hits, like swings and finds a gap in the armor, manages to slice it a little bit, and then as part of it, kind of does like a little flourish and brings the blade in a defensive posture, increasing his AC temporarily.
What is Xanorn, everyone?
Good question.
He's a fighter, right?
Eldritch Knight, I imagine.
Some kind of fighter?
I know that Eldritch Knights get Bless. Oh wait, no, he has Bane, doesn't he? They might get Bane.
Good question.
Just a
You've also seen
20th level everything.
You've seen him also cast Dimension Door, so you don't know.
I think he, personally,
Bard.
I believe he's a sword bard.
Personally, I just believe
He's
he's
not
our
real.
dad in disguise.
That would be awesome.
I wanted to go on a road trip with my kids, but I also know you all hate me.
Literally, we've spoken about wanting to
Listen.
kill him so much.
Yeah.
Only 3 of them hate him.
Man, honestly, I'm upset I didn't come up with that idea.
It's a good idea. I'm writing this
I-
down for my own use.
Feel free to use it. Like,
Hey, Ash.
There's not really a villain.
Hey, Ash, your dad's
just
never
like
been
a-
dead at all. It's all been doing the entire time.
Remember to pay Rose loyalties.
Yeah,
Never mind.
just
I
like
don't have any money.
uh,
I
Yeah,
think
just
you'll find
like,
my
I'm not-
royalties very, very reasonable.
yeah, a character that like isn't an enemy, but like nobody in the party likes, but they like you, and they just disguise themselves and hang out with you. You find out, and they're just like, "Well, I just wanted to hang out." Oh, that'd be so much fun. Okay, that'll bring us to the creature's turn. Creature is prone on the ground, kind of surrounded, and is going to just take the trident and just smack it on the floor. And from there, a bubble of just inky black darkness just spreads out in a 15-foot radius, so kind of enveloping them and everything, almost reaching to Poppy.
It's really funny because I almost cast Darkness.
I really wish we had a long rest because I took counter spells on my 3rd level spells.
However, Ilvem, I believe you can see just fine.
I can.
And what you can see is that after it does that, it stands up, and then it like gets out from in like between everybody, and then is going to circle around behind Sid.
I just realized I can see just fine too because of my visage.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Must be
Well,
really
you see
nice.
in
I can see in magic or non-magic darkness for
Ooh.
120 feet.
Well, look at that. Then you can see just fine, and it moves within moves within your reach.
Thank God.
And I think that activates Sentinel.
Enlarge. Woo!
Wait, is it moving out of my reach or is it staying within my reach?
It's staying within your reach.
Okay, then it doesn't activate
Okay.
Sentinel. It's if it tries to move away from me.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah, it actually
attacks.
stays within your reach. You're the biggest one, so it's like threat. So it stays there, but you just like it goes to try and move around you, thinking it's perfectly safe, and like I'm invisible, you can't see me. But then like Ilvem and Sid are just like
Ilvem's like full pointing and just like laughing a little bit.
All right, so that is what it can do with its turn. Bringing us to Sid's turn.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and just casually turn to face it again.
It looks if some sort of terrible insectoid monster can look surprised, it does.
And I'm just gonna like take both my arms and just like clap it.
Yeah.
Box its ears.
You get
Yeah.
you get an extra D4 on damage on those too because of enlarge.
Yes, thank you. That is a 17 for the first one.
That just misses.
Okay. Okay, and the second one misses, so I'm going to go ahead and spend a key to do 2 bonus strikes.
Okay.
Oh, come on, please.
Oh no.
Just do me a solid,
You
please.
looked so cool as you were just watching it, and surprised that it's just like
Damn it.
whiff after whiff.
You're not used to being this big.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. There we go. Thank you. That's 23.
That one will hit.
Thank you.
Yay. Make it fail a concentration check.
5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, which it feels all of.
As a
We'll
monk.
make it, makes its concentration check though.
Fuck. I can't do shit. I can't see it.
That was the goal.
No.
Same.
All
Big
right.
sames.
Anything else from Sid?
Let's see. Attack, bonus. Nah, that it. We fine.
All right. That will bring us to Ilvem, who can also see it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast it again.
Okay. Also,
But before I do that,
mhm.
I'm gonna hex it.
Okay. Also, as you're looking at it, as both of you are looking at it, really, you can tell that it's like when the darkness, like when it casts darkness, it's kind of actually like squints, mostly closing its eyes, and you can see that it appears to be listening and almost using some form, like it's not looking at things. Like when Sid comes and swings in, it doesn't actually track it visually, but it does seem to like know that the blow is coming.
Fun.
Nice.
It's a bat.
I don't think it's a bad.
But yeah, I'm just gonna hex it.
Okay.
A very big bat.
What ability
Trust
score are
me.
you hexing?
I'm literally. It's a bat.
Check's not save, remember.
I know. I'm gonna go wisdom checks.
Okay.
So hopefully it'll have a harder time hearing blows coming.
All right.
But then I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast it,
Okay.
if you don't mind.
I do love you, Sam, for using this monster, by the way.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of them and the category they fall into.
They're so fun.
I'm
So
so
Drew,
afraid.
what's up?
Hmm?
Drew's turn.
Oh, did you miss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh god.
Blasting into the darkness, nothing. Hannibal, you can see Ilvem just like firing off Eldritch Blasts into this just bubble of darkness.
Hannibal, I swear I can see it.
I believe you.
Hannibal doesn't know you're missing.
Yeah, I'm prone. I'm laying prone like this.
He's just like laying on his back right at your feet. That'll bring us to Drew's turn. You are in total magical darkness. It's just black everywhere you can see around you.
Well. This is not how I wanted to spend my day, you know? I just wanted to have a nice fucking family road trip to Kekuhi, see if Hannibal was a prince. I don't have any fucking magic. Drew is saying this, everyone can hear it.
I am very small, and I have no magic, so you can understand the kind of stress I am under.
Literally. And now Sid's 10 feet tall next to me, and I'm just like...
Well, it was for a second, but now you can't see anything, including Sid being 10 feet tall.
Wild shape. Spider. Run away.
No. When have I ever run away from anything?
She may be blind, but she's not a coward.
God. Mama didn't raise a fucking coward. Mama raised a dumbass.
I was gonna say, Mama raised a bitch, not a coward.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold my action for
Okay.
a gap if it comes at me, because I'm just like, I can't do anything.
Okay. It was Drew. That's going to make it Other Monk's turn. What is Other Monk going to do?
There can only be one. I need to take them out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Just the two of you just need to. Oh wait, actually,
Enemies
I
to
know.
lover, 40k words, slow burn fig.
I hate it here.
Excuse you, I already have a monk boyfriend who isn't my boyfriend.
Well, why not have
Oh
two?
no, you're literally in a lovers to enemies to lovers again arc.
You wanna know what? You do have a point. Sid does have 2 hands.
It has 4 hands.
Oh my god!
Oh dear.
That's a lot. That's a lot of skiing.
There's a lot of oh. You know what? I've decided. I think it's a good idea.
Image.
I don't know if this campaign was a good idea. No. Okay.
I have a good character thought up.
Here's what happens. Actually, the monk who has yet to introduce themselves, just like kind of spins and gets down on all fours, and then Ilvem and Sid, you can see them like their arms and legs all kind of like split in two, so they have 8 limbs, and then they like reshape and reform in a thing that you've seen Drusilla do, as they wild shape into a giant wolf spider.
Monk druid.
I mean, okay, but I still hated every second of that.
Okay. All right.
Wish I could do
There
that.
could be only one?
This monk is coming for both of your gigs.
Yeah.
Monk druid. And,
Okay.
And being a giant wolf spider and therefore having blind sight, then like turns directly at the thing and just kind of like moves closer. But that is going to be their turn because they actually wait a minute. Oh no, they can do that as a bonus action.
Moon druid.
So they are going
Druid.
to. They are then going to use. They're then going to use their action to punch it as a spider. Apply their martial arts dice as a spider, because you can use martial arts. You can use class features while wild shaped. This is exactly why I wanted a monk druid.
That's awesome.
It is gonna just like leaps into the air and then just like 3 of the spider legs all like come together as one and just punches it in the back of the head.
Great.
I feel like that would be so traumatizing to see.
Yeah.
What, a spider doing martial art? A giant spider doing martial arts?
Like, did we eat some mushrooms back at the camp, you guys?
Hannibal just sees like several tears fall from Ilvem's face. And that quiet, what the fuck?
Ilvem's like, I can see. I wish I couldn't.
Oh, to see without my eyes.
Just wait till I get polymorph.
All right, that will make it Hannibal. That will make it Hannibal's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna peek up a little bit, like that George Clooney gif of him going like.
Okay.
Can I see the soldier that called for that thing?
No, because the bubble of darkness is 15 feet tall and is obscuring your vision forward.
So I can't see any of those guards. Not
You might be able to see a couple like beyond its borders. There's like a full-on battle rate, like a small skirmish, not a battle, but like a small skirmish raging between like groups of like 10 on either side. So
I'm bored and I want to kill something. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at one of those guards that wanted to make me a hostage. Just
attack.
Firebolt. Dirty 20. Or
yes.
wait, 17 plus 4, 21.
That does hit, yeah.
For 7 fire damage.
Okay.
Just
have that one taking damage again. Yes, that would have taken damage. So like Hannibal just like leans up with a wand, just like pokes up out of cover, fires a firebolt, and just like this one who's engaging one of the turncoats with a sword, like is swinging back and then just gets hit in the shoulder and spins and goes down.
and then probe again.
Okay. That will bring us back up the top to Xanorn, who cannot see. Yeah, Most abilities require sight. So actually, Xanorn does the thing, but none of you really see it. So Xanorn does something and then moves over to the.
Yes, I the fuck do.
Okay. I suppose you just see. I suppose then you just see Xanorn do like a sword still in hand. Yeah, you would be able to. Sid's too preoccupied with the creature, but do like a quick little like hand motion, like keeping the sword in his hand and like spin it a little bit, mutter a few words that you don't hear, and then just like turn his head in the direction of the thing, but like not looking like directly at, like eyes are kind of still unfocused, but like turns in its direction, then moves up to it. And that'll be Xanorn's turn. Now that brings us to the creature, who is looking hurt. For those of you who can see, looking damaged, looking hurt, like oozing just green blood out from between its armor plates. Not looking happy. So it just is going to take its trident in two hands and just kind of like swirl it around in like a figure eight pattern. I think this is concentration.
It's got the power of anime on its side.
It does. It does that motion, but as it does, some kind of like green, like the darkness fades, and as it does, you all can see it as it's doing this trailing like green mist from the end of its trident before a cloud, 20-foot radius sphere. So everyone that's not on Poppy,
yay,
needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck! I have done nothing.
Well, didn't you have a held action if you saw it?
If
it's not. If it came at.
Oh, okay.
Drew. So Drew, you can see it like 20 feet away from you.
She's just like completely turned around from it, like
facing the wrong way. Huh? Oh.
Did it just cloud kill?
I would like Constitution saving throws from everybody, please.
Except me and Ilvem.
Yes, hello.
Yes, except for Ilvem and Hannibal.
Yes, hello. That would be a 14.
I high-fived Ilvem. Or try to.
Well, 14 makes it.
Oh,
Drew, what'd you get?
a natural 20 for a
Ooh, nice.
21.
Okay, everybody made the save, so everybody takes half damage.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. So...
If I'm right about the creature,
okay.
that's not
so halved, everybody takes 10 poison damage.
Yep.
Ew.
Okay.
And the cloud is like still there.
Yep, I was right. I wish I had counter.
And it looks like it's drifting away from it toward basically like kind of in the direction, not right at Poppy, but kind of like off to the side in an angle in Drusilla's direction. So that'll bring us to Sid's turn. Sid, starting your turn in the cloud. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Okay.
You're just breathing in like this choking poison.
That
appears
would
to be
be
unaffected.
a 21.
That makes it. So you take half damage again.
Yay.
For 8 after being reduced by half.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so is this creature standing in the cloud, or
Yes.
is it in front? Oh, okay.
It's in the cloud, but you can. I think you can still see.
Is there any way to still stay in melee with it without being in the cloud? Like, is there any way to move around it, or am I going to be in the cloud no matter what?
It's a 20-foot radius centered on it.
Okay, thank you.
It just dropped it at its feet, basically.
Don't worry, Sid.
Okay. Fantastic. So I'm going to go ahead and you spend a key to do Step of the Wind.
Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and disengage and move away from it, completely out of the cloud.
Okay, it will take an attack of opportunity.
I used disengage.
Oh, you did. That's right. Never mind. Sorry.
Unless it has Sentinel.
It has Sentinel.
God.
How do you like a taste of your own medicine?
It's
oh yeah. Also,
it's
the other.
getting
I forgot.
Sentinel.
Yeah. When the poison cloud came, the giant wolf spider just kind of like shrieked and curled up like spiders do, and then just like rolled onto its back, but then like turned back into the person and then just stood up.
Okay. So I'm going to. You said the cloud's moving.
Yeah, it's very slowly. It's going to move on its turn.
Okay, and it's like moving with the wind.
It's moving, not necessarily actually. It's moving just like on its own, but it appears that that wind would probably move it.
Okay, so can I? So I'm disengaging. I'm moving away. Can I move away to a point where the cloud is not coming toward me?
Yeah, it's moving away from you actually. So if you just move back 20 feet, you're out of its radius.
Okay, fantastic. So that was my bonus. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw my spear, I think.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm double checking something.
That would
My
also.
dog just unplugged my lamp.
The spirit.
Oh, no.
The spirit also do an extra D4 because it's also enlarged.
Yeah, I was just checking if it was magic, but no, my unarmed strikes are magic now.
Mm-hmm.
I can punch
You've got
ghosts.
the anime glasses now.
No, I'll be back.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead
You
and
monster.
throw my spear
Okay.
at this bad boy.
Sorry, did I disrupt your nap?
Okay, that's not good. That doesn't hit. We're not gonna talk about what I rolled.
Okay.
And man, I'm just or well, I can throw a dart, can't I? Because the spear throw is
Yeah.
one, so I can throw a dart. So we're
It is
gonna
also
try that.
enlarged.
Yes, it's a very
So-
big dart.
Big old dart.
Fantastic. So we're gonna try the dart. Please
Hacking
roll better.
darts.
I love that. I'd like to imagine these are like old 80s lawn darts.
Yes, 100%, 100%. So that is a 19 plus 6 to hit.
That one hits.
Yay, we love it. We love to see it.
So it, like dodges out of the way of the spear, and then you just like hit it in the side of the head with a lawn dart.
So many people die. with
Okay,
the
that
permanent
is
dart.
10 large dart damage.
Okay, so it takes half of that because it's resistant to non-magical.
Yep,
yep. Damage.
And that will be what I do.
Okay, that'll make it Ilvem's turn. You are outside the clouds. You do not need to make a save.
Oh my god.
Don't go to Ilvem. I can get rid of the cloud.
Okay. Well, I don't care. I'm not going over there anyways.
I can get rid of the cloud.
I'm gonna.
Online businesses will collapse.
Can I?
Good.
Oh my god.
Leave,
Oh my
Please
god.
here.
All right.
Can I see the captain guy who was all like, "We're gonna take Hannibal hostage"?
Yeah, kill
Yes,
him.
yes, you can. You can see. You
I'm
can see
gonna
him.
Eldritch Blast him.
Okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
can see him fighting against
Fuck that
one of the
guy.
turncoats, who appears to be the turncoat captain.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck that
sorry,
guy.
Turncoat Captain.
I steal your
Shit.
kill.
21 and 22.
Yes, definitely hit.
Sick. Seven plus 6 is 13. Plus 6 is 19 points of force damage.
Okay, so yeah, just the two of them are dueling with long, like each of them has a long sword, and they're both just like sword fighting and exchanging blows, and all of nowhere just boom, boom, just two Eldritch blasts, just like out of nowhere from like 40 feet away.
Yeah.
It's like, what? What's going on? Okay, anything else?
I told you to leave my brother alone. Bitch. Y'all good?
It does appear that the turncoats are winning, by the way.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll bring us to Drusilla's turn. Oh, Drusilla, beginning your turn. Con save.
I can get rid of
How about? No. Is it 8?
All right,
Oh.
full damage.
full damage from cloud kill. Oh, eh.
17 points of poison damage.
Oh, not 817. Jesus Christ. You're still up.
817 points of poison damage.
Instant death. Instant death.
Nah.
They don't call it
Drew-
cloud kill for nothing.
Drew is built different.
It's such a good spell. I love cloud kill.
So I'm still up.
Especially with creatures that are immune to poison damage, they can just hang out in the cloud.
Like everything.
Yeah.
So
But if you're a sorcerer, you can change it to force damage. There's
how
another magic option to do that, yeah.
There's also the Order of the Scribes wizard.
Words. How far away is this motherfucker from me?
Like 20 feet. Or no, like yeah, you're like right inside the edge of the cloud. If you basically like stepped back, you'd be outside the cloud. But it is also
work.
It's also moving in your direction, so like next turn it would just go.
I ain't scared of no fucking cloud. I'm gonna move.
You should be.
10 feet closer.
Okay.
Who's all around this motherfucker? Is it just
Xanorn and the new monk? Yes.
Say I were to 15 feet cone, would I hit either of them?
You could avoid them because they're both on like, it's like kind of right in front of you and they're on the left side of it. You could just aim it to the right where Sid was just standing.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna just go burning hands.
Then it will make a dex save.
Yee.
Real bad at those, but it has advantage because it's magic.
Shout out to
and
this
it got
creature.
what?
I just said shout out to this creature.
Yeah, 17.
That's a motherfucker. So it's gonna take half damage. 5, 8. It's gonna take 6 fire damage.
It's actually going to take 3 fire damage because it is
That is
resistant to
halved.
fire. I know, it's resistant to fire. So you just like roast it from the side. It
I
seems
was
like
right.
mostly unbothered.
I was right. I know what it is.
Yep.
I love you, Sam.
So I know what feat I'm taking next time.
Oh, yeah. I'm actually, yes. That makes perfect sense.
Yep.
So
Is it
Right, anything
elemental
else?
adept?
I posted in chat.
Maybe.
I think it is.
that
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, in the
Yeah,
in
Twitch
that.
chat. Yeah.
jerk lobster is a
Jerk
jerk
lobster.
lobster. You know what? Fucking on a nice road trip. Having a bad day.
Okay. Is that Drew's turn?
Yes.
Okay. Monk time. Monk is going to just go for the triple bap again.
Triple bap.
That
An
is
ice
going to
cap from
be
Timmy's.
to hit.
What?
Is that an ice cap from Timmy's?
Miss.
Oh, bitch, it looks so good.
I can't
And
drink
hit.
those anymore. I'm so sad.
Oh my god.
Neither can I, but I'm still doing it.
Brain cell.
Okay. It is looking real bad as it gets hit twice, and it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Good. It sucks.
Fails it, and it gets knocked prone.
Uh-huh.
So once again, just like comes in like this newcomer again, whose name you have not gotten yet. They like
Greg.
Sid's fighting style. I don't know. How would you describe Sid's fighting style? How would you describe the Astral Monk method of fighting?
Oh, the Astral Monk method of fighting is interesting because specifically for the monastery that Sid studied in, there's a big focus on the balance between like control and chaos within oneself. So it is consistently inconsistent. It's both very fluid, and then when it needs to be, it is like a bar fight. Like it moves between the two very seamlessly.
So it'll be like very like upright and proper, and like or not upright and proper, but like very controlled and like fluid, and then just go into just like putting someone in a headlock and just beating their face in.
Yes, absolutely.
Fantastic. All right, this one has basically like a kickboxing stance, like just hands up, dancing side to side, and then for these 2 hits, just like jumps up and then just comes in with like 2 crescent kicks, just like bam, bam. The second one though, it's like the second one misses and they come down and they just like bring their foot in and just crack it in the side of the knee and it falls prone again. This person is like this is a beefy monk. They are thick. Like
With 2 C's.
yes.
Fresh.
Take like in terms of like body type, I'm imagining like Maui from Moana, but just like shrunk down to like 5'4".
I haven't seen that movie.
Leave.
That movie
Um,
fucking slaps. Okay.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
The soundtrack,
Mm-hmm.
the men.
Soundtrack.
Sid, based
just-
on what you know of fighting, this person is not taking the opportunity to use dexterity and is instead just going full strength.
And we
Like,
love it for them.
Just brute force on the attacks, no subtlety. That'll make it Hannibal's turn.
Okay. Sorry, Sid, you're about to get small. And I cast Gust of Wind aimed at that cloud kill, which drops concentration on enlarge.
Okay. Oh wait, actually, speaking of concentration, it did just get hit a few times. Let me make some
Oh shit!
concentration
Yeah,
checks.
before I
to see
do
if
that,
this
never
even needs
mind.
to be-
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's make sure I didn't
Made
do
that one because let's see. Sid just hit it. Sid, you hit once.
I hit
Did it-
once with a dart.
Drusilla. Okay. So let's make
I gave it some toasty toes.
Yes,
you
that's
know?
right. So it does need to make 4 concentration checks. So it makes 2, makes 3, makes 4. Okay, so the cloud kill is still up.
Yep, Gust of Wind then to disperse it because it disperses gas or vapor.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you basically you can kind of like angle it so it's like you're here, it's here, Drusilla's here,
Yeah.
the other people are here. You can kind of like send it at this angle safely away from everything and just disperses the everything.
Is there
And
any way
I
to
believe
is there any way to hit the creature with the Gust of Wind as well, or no?
you can. You would also be from your angle. Well, you could, but then you'd be also hitting
Okay, never mind. I just want to disperse
the Xanorn and Monk.
I just want to fuck up that cloud kill, make it go away.
Okay, so yeah, you just like aim it across the top of the cloud kill, so it just like the gas like cyclones up, basically, just getting like pulled up into the jet stream, and then just like safely just blown across this 10-foot column of air, like 15 feet up, and just like sucks it all up and blows it into the woods.
Ha 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 ha. Then I end concentration as a free action on Gust of Wind.
Okay, so yeah, you just like, and there's just like the trees and everything around you just like billow in the wind, and like some branches snap off and like leaves go flying. You can see like this cyclone of wind blowing through the woods with just like this noxious green gas going through it, and then it just like trails off into the woods past you, and then you just end it.
Yeah, and unfortunately Sid is no longer enlarged.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna drop back prone.
Okay. That'll bring us to Xanorn's turn. Let's see. Xanorn can see it now, but can't do much.
Bye-bye, cloud kill.
Xanorn's just going to hit it with Bane. Xanorn's going to hit it with Bane, though. Let's see if it makes the saving throw. Yee. I think it might, actually. No, it has advantage. Let's save. Okay, it fails it by 1. So, yes, it is baned. That's what Xanorn's going to do on his turn. Making it then its turn. It is going to it's going to turn and go. Let's see. It's either going to go for Sid or Drusilla, because the two that have just been hitting it from behind. Oh, it's actually prone, so half movement to stand up, and then it can still. Oh yeah, it has enough movement to reach either Sid or Drew, because they're the ones doing more damage. Though that toastiness, actually no, it's gonna go for Sid, because that toastiness did like nothing. It barely noticed. It was like, yes, this was nice. So it's gonna turn and move 20 feet towards.
Come
Sid,
at me.
But Xanorn and Monk get both attacks of opportunity on it. They both roll real bad, so they miss. Ting ting, or it's more like ting whack. All right, it's gonna come up to Sid and make 2 attacks.
Cool. Sounds good.
So claws and trident. Claws are in 9.
That'll miss.
All right, and then trident is a 23.
That'll hit.
Cool.
Believe it or not.
Imagine if a 9 hit.
Mm-hmm.
That
What is,
would
there are,
Yeah.
what, there's something like a hill giant skeleton or something, or ogre skeleton, I think.
It has an AC
Maybe
of
like-
9, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's or like a gelatin. One of the I'm gonna get
Gelatinous
gelatinous
Cube has
yeah,
an
but-
AC of 9.
Yeah, there we go. It is 6 points of piercing damage.
Ophelia had an AC.
6 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
What's math? What's 31 minus 6?
25.
Thank you.
37.
37.
All right. And as it is looking terrible, that'll make it Sid's turn. It's right up in your face.
Hey, how's it going? I'm gonna smack it.
All right.
That is a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and spend a key to do focused aim, which will take that 16 to an 18.
That will hit.
Ta-da!
Nice.
Then the second one will miss. So the first one is 4
Okay.
force damage. And then I'm going to go ahead and smack it with my bonus.
Okay.
And that will also miss.
Okay.
Oh no.
So like you're making these swipes at it, but it's like dodging and blocking with the trident, and then you can see one, it's coming in, it's about to block with the trident, but you just focus your strike with your key, and then just like turn your hand to go right past the trident and just stab through into the middle. It is still standing though. It's real
Okay.
low on health, but it is still standing.
All right, and that will be my turn.
Bringing us to Ilvem. You can see it fighting. You can see Sid and this thing just fighting off to the side, dueling with their forearms. But it is like its armor is cracked. It is dripping green blood all over the place that kind of like sizzles when it hits the ground. It's like heaving with breath. One of its arms is like twisted at a weird angle. It looks horrible.
All right. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast.
I believe in you, Ilvem.
I don't think you should have.
So Drew, what do you want to do on your turn?
Nice.
Just ricochet off its back. All right. Yes, that will make it Drew's
Oh,
turn.
Man.
Oh, is anyone within 5 feet of the...
Yes, it is.
Sid,
Do what you got to do.
my loving brother.
Do what you got to do. Just don't kill me. That's all I ask.
It's not gonna kill you.
I have a lot of healing left.
I
So do
don't.
I.
I used to have healing spells, now I don't.
So, could I potentially find a drop of water anywhere around me right now? Or could I even use the creature's blood
You can
as a
use your,
drop of
you can use
water?
your spit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can definitely find a drop of moisture around somewhere.
Cool. I'm gonna take that drop of moisture.
There's Poppy is breathing really heavily, and there's just like a little bit of like condensation just dripping off the bottom of her trunk. You can just reach
Great.
over and just like.
And I'm gonna take that drop of moisture and form it into a knife and just add
What do
it.
you have? A knife. No.
Oh,
Ice
Alright.
knife.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I gotta make the thing. What is my oh fuck. 16 plus 7.
That does hit.
So it's gonna take
23.
there's so many. 3 piercing damage.
Okay, it takes that.
And then it's gonna explode.
Okay.
So I need it to hit and sit to make a dex save.
Okay. It's a 17. It was going to be a nat 1, but it gets advantage because it has magic
Why
resistance.
does it have advantage? Isn't
Does
it Bane?
Oh right, that's right. It does have Bane on. I just put that on there, and then I
Yes.
put it on. I completely forgot about it.
that's a 15 for me.
It also got a
It's fine.
15.
That's my DC.
Okay.
Ah,
Oh, it
No,
does.
but what
Does
you
it?
do?
No.
Does it do
No.
half damage or just no damage?
No,
No
no
damage.
damage.
no damage.
It
So
also looks like it
Hannibal-
probably wasn't too worried about that because it is also resistant to cold damage.
Well, I got it with the piercing.
Yep. That's
what you got to do.
I love
all right.
these kind of creatures. So
Monk friend. Just gonna wail on it. Just gonna wail on it. One of those is a hit, and two of those are a hit. Fortunately, these are halved. So 7 plus 13. Ugh. Hannibal, it is your turn, and this thing is looking awful. It's in single digits. It's looking so bad.
I don't know it's resistant to fire damage, so I'm gonna creep
True.
up George Clooney style. And
Okay.
Firebolt.
Okay.
Come on.
You're firing that out of your Wand of the War Mage, right?
Yeah, because of my cover situation. No, that doesn't hit. It's 8 plus 7.
Oh, okay.
We're just prolonging it.
I fucking hate this thing.
Bonus action. I'm going to let out a fart, and that's my turn.
Okay. All right, Xanorn.
Come on, buddy.
Come on, you can do it.
How do
Come on,
I
bud.
want to do this?
Yeah, how do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this?
How do you want to do this?
So it's like it turns. So Hannibal, you fire off the Eldritch Blast, or not the Eldritch Blast, Firebolt, and it just like turns and sees you and just like dodges to the side. And from your perspective, this is great because as it dodges to the side and the Firebolt sails past it, you can see just like Xanorn just standing right behind it. Like as it moves out of the way, it just like you can see Xanorn standing behind it with both swords in his hands, just raised up, and just sinks them into its back from behind. And they like go in the back of its neck, and both of them come out the front of its neck in like this way and this way. And then he just like does this like a pair of scissors, and its head just comes off and goes sailing through the air, and it hits the ground and just kind of immediately begins sizzling and evaporating.
We love it. We love to see it.
All right, and as you finish off that creature, you can see that the fight is already not going well for the border guards that accosted you. And seeing that thing go down, that appears to have been like the source, more or less the source of their confidence in this fight. They just kind of like lose all like will to fight, and most of them just start throwing down their weapons. And you can see the border guard captain like trying to decide if he will or not, but in that moment of hesitation, the turncoat captain just like rolls up a sleeve, or he stabs his sword into the ground, rolls up a sleeve, and you can see that he's got some kind of tattoo on his wrist that he just touches with 2 fingers, and as he does, a web shoots out of his hand and just like covers up and wraps up all of the remaining border guards and just ends the fight.
Nice.
Peter Parker.
Oh fuck! I think
The
dissolved.
man
I
of
wanted
spiders?
its pieces.
Yeah, no. As you look down at it, you can see that it's just like dissolving from top down, just like evaporating into mist that seems to like just vanish as it goes into the air, just completely
Wanted it
disintegrating. Even the trident you can see is like being eaten away and evaporating as it lays there.
Corporation.
That's really gross. Why did we have to fight that?
And the monk kind of like relaxes from their stance and just like rolls their head side to side and just, well, that was fun. Hi, my name's Hama. Nice to meet you.
You bloodbend Hama?
No. But I know people who do.
I'm gonna hold out one of my my fancy arms for a handshake.
Oh, that's cool. Just gonna like they reach up and like take your fancy arm. They can only like grab onto one finger basically, but they shake it. They like take their mask off, and you can see they have a very wide face with a very wide smile to match. And they take their hood off, and you can see they've got like really curly, like ringleted hair that comes down like pretty much almost straight out from the top of their head down to their shoulders, like just above shoulder length. So what brings all of you here? And but like behind them, you can see like the turncoats are like going and like taking away weapons from the border guards, and like most of the border guards appear to be still alive. Looks like only a few of them died in the scuffle, and it looks like they are taking prisoners rather than just like killing them.
Drusilla's just gonna point to Hannibal on
Same.
Poppy.
I'm just gonna point to Hannibal too.
Oh.
Here to learn about my past, hopefully.
Okay. Mind if I ask what you're doing traveling by land?
I point to the other three.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, okay. All right. Makes sense, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, all right. And as they wrap up, as you can see them like the everything wrapping up and like gathering up all of the border guards. The captain comes over. The captain, his coat is like basically down to his knees and like solid patchwork. It's made of like 6-inch by 6-inch squares of different colors.
Nice.
Of like red and then purple, then green, then yellow, then blue, just like like a checker pattern over him. Turned inside out so that you can see the seams and threads sticking up of like every patch on the outside, kind of like dangling down. He's got his hair is about like down to mid back, very dark hair that's like kind of held together in one bundle. Like there's just a single cord running around it into like a single bundle in the back. But as he gets closer, you can see that it is just woven together into an intricate series of braids and like braids that braid into other braids, almost creating like almost like woven together into like a single solid piece. And you would know that, or at some point, someone told Hannibal when you met with the Triton in Bastion, you saw several other soldiers from Kekuhi who had similar hair. It appears you can see it represented among like a couple of the other turncoats. As they're taking off the helmets of the border guards, you can see that all of them have very long hair, also braided similarly. Majority of the turncoats actually have very short hair, though. And he comes over, stowing his sword on his hip, and walks over and just says, yeah.
And before he says anything, can we please pause? I am so sorry. I really, really have to potty.
Okay.
I gotta go get my nuggies.
I am
All right.
so sorry.
Why don't we go to a brief
this entire time?
Why don't we go to a brief break real quick, and then we'll come back.
Okay.
I am so sorry, y'all.
You're good. You're good.
All right.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So, where we left off, the fight ended, and Hama, the monk, introduced themselves, removed their mask, and the turncoat captain just finished webbing everybody up before walking over. He's about actually to introduce himself when I rolled for it. The border guard captain actually does make his save on the webs and manages to like pull himself free and starts to run for it.
Can I
can I chase him
move
down?
my hex? Because the thing died.
Yes, you can.
Make
How
them
far
move
away
it
from
to
me?
strength checks.
About 50 feet at this point.
God damn it! I wanted to thorn whip him.
Firebolt.
All right. Sid takes off. The turncoat captain actually just like pulls out a hand crossbow, turns, aims, and just shoots it at him.
I threw a firebolt too.
Oh, roll attack for the firebolt.
Not lethal though. Am I gonna like go for his leg or something?
Okay.
Nope. 10.
Okay. The hand crossbow does hit. Does like not much damage, but so Sid, you just monk speed after this person and are almost catch up with him when a crossbow bolt, like a tiny little hand crossbow bolt, comes in and just hits him in the back of the neck, and then you can see his whole you can see his eyes just suddenly just roll up into his head, and he just goes limp and just and hits the ground. As you catch up to him, you can see he's still breathing. It appears he is just out cold.
Okay. Is he like actively dying, or is he just like unconscious?
He is not dying. He's just unconscious.
Okay, sick.
And actually, as you get up, you can see as you get up to him, you can see like a little bit of poison dripping off the tip of the arrow, and he just stows the hand crossbow away. Sorry about that. Nice to meet you. My name's Captain Ko.
Hannibal.
Ilvem. True.
So
I'm Xanorn.
That's Sid, Scion of House Wayfarer.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like casually taking like the arm of this guy and just like dragging him back to where everyone else is.
Mm-hmm. Appreciate you bringing him back. And then like in Kekuhi, in the Kekuhi language, is gonna shout over. It's like, hey, why don't you grab this guy and tie him up? Keep him tied up. I don't want him getting away again.
I'm gonna say to him in Kekuhi, you speak Kekuhi?
He appears to be a native Kekuhi, like a person native to Kekuhi. So he just looks at you like, yes, you speak Kekuhi?
Well,
Is
no,
it
because
Kekuhi?
you told me that like it was something that only noble houses used.
Not only, but it's more common among the noble houses. But it's almost like it fills the spot at this point within Kekuhi culturally. It fills the spot like Latin used to in Europe, where like the more educated people speak it, but like your average person who doesn't have as much access to education probably just now speaks common.
Okay, then I'm just gonna say in Kekuhi, like, my apologies, I'm not from around here. I was under the impression that, Kekuhi was a language that usually only the upper class still used.
Basically, it was just like, hey, sorry, I thought you were poor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it was more like, hey, I'm sorry, I thought like you weren't an asshole.
Yeah, he's like he kind of like shrugs and nods. And he's like, there's a bit more to it than that, but it's a fair assumption. Thank you for your help here. We had actually been planning on attacking this border crossing right before you showed up. You provided the perfect distraction for us.
right, love to be distractions. Love it.
Can I ask what you're doing in these parts?
Looking for people like me.
Points to Hannibal.
You're in the right place. Well, nearly anyway.
I think he might be a prince.
Right. He seems like a little taken aback by that, but like doesn't question it. He's just like, okay.
So can we be on our way?
Are we under arrest?
No, not at all. Well, you were, but not from us. We took care of that.
Do you mind if I kick that racist dickbag?
Rules of engagement actually would he is a prisoner now, and we don't abuse our prisoners, so I can't let you do that.
But he's awful.
But what if he escaped
you're
and was no
also
longer a
awful.
prisoner?
He's very poisoned right now and unconscious. He wouldn't even feel it if you kicked him.
Hannibal, you've got like animate dead, right?
He's not a corpse. No, I don't have it today.
Oh. Well, just trying to help you out.
Should we be concerned about stuff like this happening again?
If you keep going on the road, most likely your northern to Kekuhi is loyalist territory at the moment.
Where
Are
can
we
I...
in northern Kekuhi?
You just passed into the northern border.
So...
But I thought we had been walking south.
Yes, you are
Yes.
north of Kekuhi, coming south.
Yes.
I thought we were south heading north.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
You were north.
Heading
Kekuhi
south.
is the most
Yes.
southern country on this continent.
No, I thought we did.
Nope.
Really should have paid better attention in geography class, huh?
What, do we have a map?
Is that...
What?
Let me
Is
see if I
there,
can find
is there anywhere we can go so I can like meet my people like,
yes, actually.
without being hindered by these pieces of shit?
Yes, so our mission was you weren't the first people to fall victim to these border guards, and they've been arresting good travelers for quite some time. So our mission was actually a rescue mission. And we have several more, many of the prisoners that we just rescued while all of us were occupying these guards have already made it to the coast. We have transportation that can take us back to friendly territory, should you wish to join us.
I do. I don't know about my siblings.
But what about our elephant?
Should be fine.
What part of Kekuhi is the place that we're supposed to go to receive payment for our Windwell mission?
That is the city of Aketu.
And what city are we not supposed to go to?
That is the city of Iaka.
Yeah.
Which Iaka is in order. There's three major cities. So basically, the nation of Kekuhi is mostly centered around like a giant C-shaped bay, like the full height of the country, basically, like north to south. And there are three major cities equidistant along that. The northernmost one is Iaka, which is the one you're supposed to avoid because it's in the northern territory. And then Aketu is the one in the middle, and then Patera is the one to the south.
And sorry, what's the one for the Windwell again?
Aketu, the one in the middle.
Oh, the one in the middle. Okay.
Mhm.
And what's the one we're avoiding?
Iaka.
Iaka, and that's the northern one.
Yes.
Got it. Excellent. That makes everything a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as we're not going to Iaka, I'm down to group up.
We are not going to Iaka. No, that would be a little counterproductive. That's the current headquarters, base of operations, the center of the loyalist faction right now.
So where are we going then?
Well, we were heading back to Aketu.
Perfect.
Excellent. That's where we're headed to.
All right.
And I would find my people there?
Yes. Are you not from around here?
Long story. I grew up in a laboratory.
Short
Okay.
answer, no. He's not from around here.
And you're looking to meet with other Triton.
Correct. I was told I was deep one and might have noble roots, possibly, so I want to just scope around and learn more about myself.
All right. I think I don't spend much time above ground, so I haven't. I'm not very up on politics, particularly
neither.
foreign politics, but I think that all sounds very important. So I think that the suzerain may want to meet with you, so I can bring you to speak with her.
Suzerain?
The Susans?
Suzerain. It is a political title for one who is of a foreign government, but someone in charge of an area, but comes from a foreign government, which would be the Tritons of this area.
I would
That's
very
a
much
big
like to meet
word.
this person then.
Yeah, there's one. Well, there was one for each city, but the suzerain of Iaka has been killed, or was killed several years ago, when the loyalists took over the city.
Do you want to take out the loyalists completely, or?
Things would be a lot easier if they weren't doing what they're doing. We are at war, but I also understand that many of them are, especially the rank and file, and he just kind of gestures at like the majority of the like foot soldiers that they're tying up. The majority of them are sold on a lie that they've been fed since they were children, and they believe they're doing the right thing. So it's complicated.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm good with coming with you all.
All right. Then follow us then. I'll leave some of my troops in here to manage the prisoners. We can head to transportation. I think I mentioned I introduced myself. I'm Captain Ko, and I think you've met Hama already. Hama's like, "Yep, we met."
Yeah.
Hama is a representative of the Order of the Waved Leaf and Vine. It's like, that's me. Best couriers in, well, probably the world, but I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with the southwest. Where are we? I should have a better sense of direction. I should have a better sense of direction if I'm a courier.
Yeah.
We're south.
We're not where I thought we were, so I don't know. I'm not good with directions.
That's okay. You're here. That's what matters.
Am I though? Am I
Yes,
really
you
here?
are here.
I think you are.
I think I am too, but I don't know. I've been feeling kind of funky since the well took my magic.
A well took your magic?
Long story.
It's a long story. Don't ask. I ate a forbidden gusher. It didn't turn out good for me.
Okay.
She pissed off a primordial spirit.
Ooh. Oh, that's rough. That's rough, friend.
That's rough, buddy.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I call you
Buddy.
friend? Can I call you friend?
No.
That seems
No,
okay.
we're
I'm sorry.
not
I'm sorry.
friends.
Sorry. Okay.
You can call me friend.
Oh, cool. What was your name again?
Sid.
Sid. Sid. Nice to meet you, Sid.
Nice to meet you too.
And this is the scion of House Wayfarer. Are you a scion?
Will y'all chill?
I'm just Hama. I don't have a. I'm not a scion of anything.
Me too.
I'm
I'm
a
Hannibal
scion.
of House Hannibal.
I am a scion.
Of an
Not
evil
of a
person.
house. She's not evil. This is my mom you're talking about.
Wow, that sounds complicated. And KO's like, if you'll all just follow me, we can get going.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
This way. And they start taking you on a, like, as soon as you get past, like, or KO actually draws a sword and is just like hacks through a couple of bushes. And like, once you get through like the brush on the side of the road, you can see there's a pretty wide path through the woods that it looks like his like entire troop just like made their way through to get here. They kind of like look like they set up this path, and you can start making your way south. You can see just through the trees, you can see the glint of the ocean. It looks like you're actually pretty close to the coast.
Cool. I'm not going to be unpopular. I'm going to be walking along.
Okay.
So now seems like a really good time to tell you all. I've never been on the water before, and like I'm not saying I'm scared of water, I just have a healthy fear of it.
I've never been on the water either, which is strange.
Because like you can drown in the water, and I'm not a fan of drowning.
I wouldn't drown, if that makes you feel any better.
I would, and I can't swim.
I can teach you how to
Can't
swim.
swim?
Can't you just
No.
wild shape into a fish or something?
I can't swim.
But if you wild...
That's all right. Do you want to learn how to swim?
No, I don't plan to spend a lot of time in water.
I mean, it's a good skill to have in case you like fall into water. Like you don't have to learn to do it for funsies,
Yeah,
like.
Especially
But
if
like I think it's something you should probably learn how to do because it might come in handy if you're in trouble.
especially if you have to
Notes.
swim somewhere to get something.
Note:
Where would
Drusilla
I
can't
have-
swim.
Where would I have to swim to get something?
You never
Remember the
know.
time we jumped down a well to a tomb?
Yeah, what if it was flooded?
That was pretty funny. Remember that time Hannibal got pricked in the face?
Oh, right in the face.
Oh, at least I can swim.
Yeah, well, you come from the ocean. It's fine.
I've
I'm
never
sure
been in
you
the
know how to
ocean from my memory, though.
From your memories, what if you were? Like, what if you were in the ocean and you just don't remember it?
Okay.
I don't like water.
Well, if you want to learn how to swim, and I think that you should, just as a safety measure, I can teach you.
I'm fine.
Okay.
As you all get up to the coast, you can see another turncoat, a woman who her hair is pretty short, but like is like solid braids, and the braids basically like stick out from her, like about like 2 or 3 inches of like length on each braid, but they stick straight out from her head, like in every direction, giving her almost like kind of like a hedgehog appearance, but like but like it works. And she's standing there with about what looks like 20 prisoners, just like people who were just rescued. You can see like tan lines on their wrists and ankles, and like where like they just had shackles on that have been recently removed. Like many of them are still like rubbing at their wrists and like talking to each other and chatting. And she waves as all of you, particularly at Hama and Ko, says, "Who are these people?" Ko says, "They helped us out with the border guards, and they're going to be accompanying us back to Aketu. I think we have room for all of them." And she like the woman like looks at all of the prisoners and starts like counting, and like you can see her doing math in her head, and then she sees the elephant, and you can see her eyes go wider as she starts doing more math, and she's like, "Yeah, you're right. I really wish you wouldn't make promises like that without checking with me first. We'll be fine." As you all get up to them, he says, "Everyone, this is Malaya.
Hello.
Nice to meet you, Malaya. I'm Sid.
Malaya, this is Sid and Hannibal, Drusilla, and Ilvem. Oh, and I didn't introduce myself. I'm Xanorn."
Oh yeah, he's with us too.
"Hi."
Forgot about him. Sorry, Xanon.
That's okay. You got stuff on your mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Should we get Malaya says, "All right, should we get moving?" She starts, you can see she pulls out like a shoulder bag. Looks like it's made of like oiled leather, and it looks like it seals up pretty tight at the top, but she opens it up and she just starts pulling out like handfuls of scrolls. "All right, should we get moving?" Okay, I was like, yeah, hope you don't I don't know if anyone hopefully no one's allergic to magic. I don't think that's a thing, but
No, I'm not.
God, can you imagine if we were?
that's a thing, but
Can you be allergic to magic?
I don't know. Does anybody have anything on them that should not get wet?
Drusilla.
I was about to say Drusilla as well.
She's scared of... she can't swim.
That's fine, you won't need to.
Hannibal, what about your spell book?
It's fine.
Well, then no.
All right. Okay. And then she starts. Malaya just starts opening up scrolls and like casting a spell. You can see they're identical scrolls, all of them. And she starts casting them in like clusters of people at a time. She casts it like 4 times just to get all 20 of the prisoners, and then she casts it twice to get like all of you, Hama, KO herself, and Poppy. And as she casts water breathing on everybody.
Well, not me.
Oh yeah, she goes to. Oh right, yes. Sorry, yeah. And then she's like reallocates to get everybody else. She says, "All right, right this way, everybody," and just gestures to the ocean.
Oh, we're going in the water, actually. Here, can you put my spell book? I need to pick my spell book.
That's why. Well, I said anything that can't get wet. There's like now would be the time. We are going underwater.
What about my spell scroll?
I can keep.
Oh
yeah, I suppose as she's casting the spells, she gets Moloch too.
Oh, Moloch, you're not going to like this.
But yeah, she can take your spell book and your scrolls, and she can put them in her bag. Appears to be waterproof.
And my 50 gold of magical parchment.
Yep. Actually, as she sees like the spell book and everything, you can see that she's got. She also has like as she's opening up, she puts your spell book with hers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Just this moment, she's like, oh yeah.
My structure of the Great Wheel book.
Oh, good read.
And Carzal's Demonology book.
Interesting.
And my book of research notes.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, she just takes all your stuff and just puts it in her bag. I do too.
I'm gonna take out just some of the letters that I have. Just be like, you got room for these?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a duffel bag, basically.
Awesome.
Moloch, we're going swimming, I guess.
Yeah, and you can see
I can't swim.
You don't need to, and you can see all the former prisoners basically just walk into the water at her urging, and then they just like keep walking as the water goes up, and like they kind of keep their heads up, but then like she instructs them on how the spell works, and they all just like eventually put their heads under and then just vanish under the water.
I'm just gonna hold out my hand to Drew.
I'm gonna scoop Moloch up under my arm.
Okay. Quick.
I am so excited about this.
It's gonna be okay, Drew. Just keep walking.
All right. Yeah. You can see Hama like puts their mask on and then like puts their like almost gets down into like a runner's start on the beach and looks at Kao's like, I'm gonna do it this time, I'm gonna do it. And Kao's like, you're not ready, I don't think you are. And they're like, I'm gonna do it. And they sprint at the water, and you can see like for a step or two it looks like they're running on the surface, but it's just really shallow water. And then they get deep and they like step down where like it goes down a little bit, and it catches their leg, and they just tumble forward and splash into the water and poke their head back up, just like, not yet, but I'll get it.
I love Hama.
And they just vanish under the water.
All right, come on, Drew. Let's get moving. And I'm gonna start just slowly walking.
Yeah,
towards
and
the water.
Like, okay, Poppy, this is gonna be new. Come on.
Moloch, we're going
Poppy just starts walking forward.
Moloch, there's going to be fish swimming around most likely, so you can just snap at one and eat it.
You can see some vague. You mentioned fish and eating and everything, and he seems to be happy.
And then I'm just gonna running sprint.
Okay, just dive into the water.
Yep, with Moloch. Just
okay. Is Hannibal? I guess that means Hannibal's the first one to dive into the water.
Yeah, and I got an innate swimming speed too.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah. So like you get into the water and like you're.
I've never been in water before. So.
What?
Well, I've never been in the ocean before.
Yeah, you've never been in the ocean before. You've been in the river in Pyre before.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, you dive in, and like back then we used it like you used your swim speed. So like actually you can use it a lot better now, because I think, did you take off your boots?
Yeah, I don't have my boots or my glove on anymore.
Yeah, so like you have like flippers for feet and like webbed fingers and everything, and as you swim through the water, like it's like, oh, that's what that's for. Like even the fin on your head, like you can use to steer a little bit, and helps you just kind of like glide through the water. And like you can just as you're moving around, especially now that you've got your gloves and boots on and hat off, like you're moving just effortlessly through the water. Like it feels so natural.
Hannibal's a happy boy, and he's just grabbing fish and feeding them to Moloch.
Okay. Does everybody else follow into the water?
Reluctantly.
Okay. You can you walk forward. The water, like the waves are splashing up, like coming up and splashing over your face. But like as they do, and like the water splashes in your mouth and nose and everything. But like normally if that were to happen, you'd be like, but like as it happens, does not impact your breathing at all.
I don't like this.
It's all right. Just keep walking.
That is just so cool.
Hannibal's just swimming around, just like trying to catch
Ew.
fish.
Is
Ilvem, do you
it
follow in?
slimy?
Yeah, I'm gonna just walk very cool and sexily.
just very calm, right into the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very Baywatch.
Yeah.
Is the ocean floor slimy?
No, it's sandy.
Oh,
It's a pretty sandy beach. Like your feet kind of,
Oh,
your
you're
bare feet
barefoot,
just kind of
yeah.
sink into the sand and everything. Xanorn gets Poppy to go, and you can see Poppy actually doesn't quite get the spell yet, but so like Poppy's trunk is going up like a snorkel as she keeps going deeper and deeper, like trying to keep it up, and then eventually like a wave goes over it and she realizes she can breathe. You can see there's like a look of confusion for a second, is like that's not supposed to happen, but then she just kind of goes with it and starts following all of you. Malik is happily like snapping at fish as you pass by, like trying to catch all of them as you swim around. And as you keep going down, because like the coast slopes down and about where it levels off, once you get to about like where you're like 40 feet deep, up ahead of you in the water, you can see what appears to be kind of like a barge sitting on the bottom of the ocean, like a very large wooden, almost like a boat, but underwater. And you can see that lashed to the front of it, almost like a team of horses, is instead attached to harnesses a team of about 8 orca.
Yes.
And you can see a triton, like a regular triton, swimming around, like checking the harnesses. And then there's a bunch of like basically seat belts attached in rows on the surface of the barge. It look like you can basically like strap yourself in, and he's like swimming around helping people belt themselves in, like, and get attached and set up before they start going.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Nice to meet you.
I'm Hannibal.
Oh, are you? It's an interesting name.
I didn't make it for myself.
Do any of us? Well, that's what some people do.
I don't think my parents gave me it either.
Interesting. I'm Darvis. Nice to meet you.
Darvis.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll just be ooh. That's a big one. Says as he sees Poppy just like making her way along the bottom. You can see like her giant elephant feet are like sinking into the sandy bottom of the ocean. Like down here there's like kelp and seaweed and stuff, but like she's like, it's weird soft ground, but she's also kind of like floating because you're underwater, so like it's almost like she's walking on the moon down here. Like each step just kind of like her feet sink in, but then she like pushes herself up and like kind of floats for a bit forward. Yeah, let's get your elephant all situated and everything.
Of course.
Hopefully, yeah, they should be able to handle it. And these are like big killer whales. So like each of them is like maybe 3/4 of Poppy's size, and there's like 8 of them.
Oh, I want to try something that I haven't gotten to do ever.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna swim up into the front of one of the orcas.
Okay.
I'm gonna go, apparently this should work. And I'm gonna look at it, and because of Emissary of the Sea, I can communicate simple ideas with beasts that can breathe water. I'm gonna say,
dude, Triton just Aquaman.
Yeah, basically. Nod your head if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, this is so cool. I'm gonna hug it.
Aw.
Yeah, these orcas appear to be domesticated and like appreciative of like hugging and petting and everything. So like just kind of like wiggles.
That's so cute. But orcas in real life are just like, you look at me wrong, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Not in the wild. Only in captivity, they're evil. You're... Oh.
Yeah, Moloch is like leaning out of your grasp, and there's like two paws on the orc, and is just like, like
Not
trying to figure out like what the fuck is this, and like licks it a few times.
Not food, Moloch, friend.
Fish are friends, not food.
And yeah, in the back you can see the your Darvis kind of like swims back to like where all of you are, and is like, okay, can I get some help? We've got some extra harnesses we can use. Never elephant is new, but we've transported similar sized cargo before. We've got ropes and everything. Just keep her attached to the barge while we move.
I'd never thought I could talk to fish. I could never eat fish again.
Drew, you gonna be okay for a hot second if I help get Poppy situated?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I believe in you. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, sure.
You're doing great. It's all right.
Drew, do you want to go fast?
Not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna help tie Poppy down and get her all situated.
Okay. KO is helping out. You can see he's moving kind of slow under the water, but like comes over and he helps and like tie everything down. Hama is like doggy paddling around, like moving around like pretty quickly, helping tie things down and everything. You mostly use like Poppy's saddle as like a tying off point, and then just kind of tie her down to the back of the barge, where basically like as it gets moving, she won't just get like pulled off by water resistance. And yeah, you get everything situated, everything ready to move. And then Darvis is like, okay, if everybody's ready, strap in and we'll get going.
Can I ride on one of these whales? I'll ask it permission.
Yeah, go ahead.
I went to the one that I hugged. Hi again, it's me. Can I rest on your back? Oh. Moloch and I kind of like Free Willy style on the whale's back, and one hand on the dorsal fin.
Yeah, there's also they've got harness on to
sweet,
like tack and harness to attach them to the barge, so like there's plenty to hang on to.
Nice. And I just turn back to everybody else and go.
You can also see, like, as you're finishing up feeding Poppy, and you can see Hannibal just like on one of the orcas, just like looks just so happy, giving a thumbs up.
That's great. Are there seats with the seatbelt, or are we just
kind
like,
of? Yeah,
there
are like the surface is basically carved. So there's like like smoothed out divots in the surface of it that like kind of form seats, and like they kind of come up in the back to form like a backrest. And then there's just like basically just like a leather belt that goes across that you attach.
Great. I am locked and loaded. And
okay.
Holding on for dear fucking life.
Okay. All right. Does everybody else get belted in?
I'm gonna get all belted in.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you're just hanging on. All right. Everybody gets attached, and everybody gets belted in, and Darvis goes up to the front and like takes a seat where basically there's like reins, and just goes, all right, next stop, Aketu port, and just pulls the reins, and all of the orca just like they all start to move in unison, and he's calling out to all of them just like instructions as they go, which you would understand Hannibal is using the ability you were just using to give commands to the orca as they move. Eventually, as they pick up speed, they like go up a little bit from the ocean floor, and the barge you're on, you can see that it's designed, it's very flat bottoms, and it's actually designed not to go on top of the water, but to move underneath it. So as you pick up speed, it lifts up off the bottom of the ocean and just kind of like glides through the water. And the front of it is designed in such a way that like the flow of water goes over the front, but like doesn't really disturb the inside. So like you're not just getting like like you're not feeling the resistance as much of the water as you're sailing forward through the water. As this whole team of 8 orca just kind of goes up and down through the water, and there's like that motion kind of translates back to where you are a little bit. So there's just like a slight up and down motion as you ride your way through the water at you're making a good pace here. Like these things are going through the water very quickly, and it looks like you're just making a beeline straight because you're underwater. You can just avoid everything and just make a straight shot to wherever it is you're going.
Excellent.
Yeah, Hannibal, you're hanging on to this thing, and like pretty cool. Yeah, you can feel the momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, like your coat is like flapping in the water behind you. Malik is like kind of nestled into the pocket in the chest, like his ears are like getting pushed back by the water as you're moving. And yeah, the trip takes like 2 hours, moving at top speed. So you're kind of just like hanging out, sitting here in these seats. Eventually, like for some of you, it might be something you can get used to, and like you can almost forget that you're underwater, like, and the water breathing is happening as you're just sitting here, and you stay pretty deep in the water. So you can see like off over the sides of the barge, especially like when you're turning, you can see like coral and seaweed, like whole like fields of seaweed on the bottom, and fish and other things swimming around. There's a couple of times like you can see a group of sharks start circling in, but then Darvis like calls out over, just like, "We're good here. Leave us alone. Good fish back that way though. You'll find plenty of food." And like they all just like turn and just like leave you alone. They as you say hello, they kind of like turn and look in your direction.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can see just like all sorts of fish and everything. You can see the shadow of a massive whale, looks like a blue whale, just like a couple of them, just like you can just see their outline as they're so far away in the water, just like making their way along. And then eventually you can see up Hannibal, you can see the best because you're up front.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the ground kind of start sloping up as it looks like you're approaching a coastline.
Cool.
Yeah. And then you come in, you get about to where the ground starts to slope upward, and then kind of swing in, slowing down, and just like drift sideways until the barge rests on the ocean floor again. And he's like, "All right, thank you for riding the Orca Express. We have now found ourselves in the port of Aketu, so please disembark. Don't leave any valuables behind. And thank you, and have a lovely day."
Drew's gone.
just undoes it, just starts going.
I'm gonna pat the orc on the head and go, "You are my new best friend."
I will help unstrap Poppy before following after Drew.
Okay.
Mark is my BBF.
Poppy starts making her way along, and yeah, all of the like rescued prisoners start making their way out of the water. KO, Hama, everybody just starts. Malaya's there too. Yeah, everybody just starts like making their way out of the water, and you can start walking up the shoreline. As you start getting closer up, you can see like the hulls of ships up above you. It looks like you are underneath the harbor.
That's
and
great.
like you can start to see wooden pylons of docks and everything, and Drew's just booking it, which is interesting because you're going uphill, but you can't swim. So like the faster you try and go, the more the water is like resisting you. So like your feet like and it's soft sand, so like the faster you try to go, your feet just kind of like slip out from underneath you a few times, and like you just start kind of floating back away and just like have to kind of scramble forward and get to the sand again as you like sink down and then trying to make your way up.
Do you need help?
Having watched everybody, can I attempt a doggy paddle?
Make me an athletics check to see what you can figure out.
Oh, I'm good at that. 22.
Okay, yeah.
Dang.
You kind of like it comes from like the natural motion as you start to like drift away from like backwards away from the ground. There's kind of like a natural grasping motion, and the fact that you can breathe underwater makes this a lot less stressful. Like learning how to swim normally has some stress to it because like you're afraid of drowning, but you've got a little more room for trial and error. So you kind of start getting this scooping motion down with your hands and start pulling yourself through the water, and you start to notice like how you can kick your feet to push yourself forward, and then you start to get that doggy paddle down and like making your way up the side of up the shore. Hannibal's just gliding around like he was born for this because he literally was.
Drew, you're doing it! You're swimming!
I just want to get up onto dry land and just collapse onto the ground. Just be like, oh.
All right. And you can all follow her. Xanorn finds like there is basically what looks to be a very large ramp that goes down like up to the docks from the ground that Poppy can go up. It looks like for if Triton are bringing cargo in or something, because
just an elephant coming out of the ocean.
Yeah. And you all come out of the ocean.
Oh,
and,
wasn't that beautiful?
Right.
That was really awesome, Hannibal. You look like a natural out there.
I never want to leave.
And as you all come out of the ocean, you step out into the port of Aketu, which is huge. Like, this city is not nearly as large as Pyre, but its harbor sure is. This is a very ocean and sea, a country that just leans heavily on the ocean and sea, both like for industry, but also and fishing and all sorts of things, but also just historically and culturally are very tied into the ocean. So there's just boats everywhere. The style of boat, you can see a variety of different styles of boat, but the majority of them that you see are double-hulled ships, kind of like catamaran style, but of various sizes, like all the way up to like full sailing ship size, where you've got like what looks like two smaller boats making pontoons with then a deck connecting the two, and then square sails coming up off the top of them. And as everybody walks, like the former prisoners come up behind you, and you can see like group of people like waiting to receive them and like get them back to their families and everything, and kind of get them where they need to go. And KO comes up behind you and says, well, welcome to Aketu. Hope the trip wasn't too bad for you.
Oh no, it was amazing.
It's definitely an interesting way to get around.
It took me a while to get used to it too, but it's definitely helpful and very, very nice for avoiding attention, unwanted attention from the loyalists, particularly. All right. I think I can, especially for the help you gave us and everything, I can spare some time to act as tour guide for you for a bit. So, is there anything you need to do or see immediately?
To find the I believe the convent embassy.
Yes.
And I wouldn't mind going to see the suzerain.
All right. The embassy should be on the way to the suzerain's tower, so
perfect.
You can stop one then the other. So please follow me. Is anybody hungry?
Almost always.
Yeah.
All right.
Always down for food.
Just
Here, I'll
shake like a wet dog too.
I am going to fancily prestidigitation myself to perfect dryness.
You just it's like one of those hand dryers that like they're terrible for germs. They just spray germs everywhere. But like the ones where you just like stick your hands in and it just like is a very strong wind blast that just like dries your hand off. It's like that, just top to bottom, just wherever your hand passes is just dry.
I am staying soaking wet.
All right.
I'm a drowned rat looking thing right now.
This is probably the
stringy hair and just. Ugh.
This is probably like the least dirt you've all seen on Drusilla, because 2 hours in the ocean, like with a current running over you, just has you just you're like your hair. Everyone's hair is like a little stiff feeling because you've been sitting in salt water for a while. Yeah, Hannibal, you feel great.
Also go for a moisturizer if you have one you can recommend. The salt water isn't super kind to the hydration levels in your skin and or hair.
That is correct. I know a couple stalls down here. You can see that there's like a bit of a scattered marketplace. There's no like one localized spot, just kind of stalls scattered around, and it goes a couple buildings deep, just like wherever people can get spots on the street. And he'll make his way over, and kind of first stop is by what looks like a bunch of food stalls. You're immediately hit by this just smells of primarily cooking seafood. Just like fish and shellfish, shrimp.
I feel too bad eating
shrimp.
seafood now.
I know how Drusilla feels.
Plot twist. What if Drusilla was allergic to seafood?
Like she goes into anaphylactic shock
Oh,
after having
God.
some shellfish.
Oh God.
Wow.
There's also non-seafood. A lot of rice-based dishes. You can see a lot of things like it's also street food too. So like some things like on a stick as well. And he can like point out some good stalls for you to stop in at and grab some. You can all grab some food.
Can I find some eel on a stick?
Absolutely, you can.
Yes.
They're like you want it fried or boiled?
Ooh, fried, please.
Fried eel on the stick. Here you go. Head or no?
Yeah.
All right,
100%.
Just a full eel, just end to end
mhm.
fried eel on a stick, just all of it basically.
Can I get two so I'm dual wielding?
Yes, you can. Just walking down the street with a fried eel in each hand.
Do you have any chicken anywhere?
Yeah, you can find one that sells chicken.
Do you have chicken gizzards?
Yeah.
I'll take 4 sticks of fried chicken gizzard.
The chicken gizzards you can get they don't serve them on sticks. They appear to be pan fried or pan cooked with a variety of different vegetables with sauces, primarily mixed in with sauces, either like a thick sweet sauce or like a thinner, more garlicky sauce.
I wish I had this food right now. Yeah, I'll just take one of those and just
Okay.
share it with
those
all,
like seaweed snacks you can get that are just like the little squares of seaweed that have like teriyaki or like K barbecue seasoning on them.
Just dried seaweed, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would like.
Okay. Yeah, you can just get like just a pile, just like a rectangular pile of seaweed, just like it's got like just a piece of twine around it to hold it in place, but you can just pull them out one at a time.
Now I want
Crunch.
street food so bad.
Just want, I don't know, like a cucumber.
You got any Big
Just
Macs?
Something.
Drew just goes over
I
to
get
a
a
vegetable stall,
cucumber.
just gets a whole cucumber and just starts eating it like a corn on the cob.
I don't like cucumber.
Crunch. Also, I remember Drew took her hair down, so she is full on just like wet rat.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, my spell books.
Oh yeah. Malaya went with everybody else, but before she left, she gave back all of your stuff.
Okay, cool.
She went to get the prisoners to like brought home and like properly taken care of.
This place is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah. KO has picked up like a rice bowl with like a shrimp rice bowl basically, and Hama just has like octopus tentacles, like teriyaki octopus tentacles on a stick.
I want poke.
Do they have burritos?
Fuck.
Do they have
A burrito?
burritos?
Probably, yeah.
I want to get a burrito instead and still eat it like a cob of corn.
Just eat a burrito from the middle. You can see people just looking on in horror.
She's never had a burrito before. She doesn't know how to eat it.
I would like to, while I am taking a bite of one eel, use the other to sword fight Hama.
They'll sort. They're also seeing you like get your 2 eels. They also get 2 sticks, one with like each one with like it's like the octopus tentacle is like wrapped in like a zigzag pattern, so it's just like stab through, stab through, stab through, stab through, stab
Nice.
through.
That's awesome.
And then they they're like munching on theirs and like sword fighting. You're just like spraying teriyaki sauce all over the street every time
Hell
your
yeah.
sticks impact.
Hell yeah.
I really
we're
want
so
to stay.
chaotic.
And
It's a monk thing you wouldn't understand.
yeah. KO starts leading the way like deeper into the city. You can see that for the most part, the city like slopes upward up a hill away from the coast. And the biggest like tallest building you can see from here as you start getting into the streets is a very large oval shaped building where you can see like it's like an oval shaped building that seems to be hollow in the middle.
Cool.
What's
And,
that?
Kay was leading you all through the street, so Hama will answer and say, "Oh, that's the racetrack."
Racetrack.
Mm-hmm. That's a
A
lot of fun.
race?
You can go bet on races.
What kind of races?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you racing?
Oh, dinosaurs.
What?
What?
Mhm.
Da-da-da-da.
Hold up.
Yes.
What's
Hold
a
up.
dinosaur?
What?
Amazing.
Oh, they're like big lizards. They're native to the jungles. They're mostly native to the jungles east of here.
Do you have a T-Rex?
I think they do. I think a few.
They have a
They're,
T-Rex.
they're little ones. They keep them. They race the small ones.
They have a T-Rex.
Do I know what a T-Rex is? Do I know what a dinosaur is? Have I seen them?
You might have heard, like, especially if you're from this side of the ocean, like, and grew up reading books, like, you probably would have read about them. Like, they exist. They're like a fairly known quality. They're like, dinosaurs are probably about as exotic as like elephants were growing up. Like, they're equally
Mm.
from far away.
So as soon as we're done doing what we need to do, we go to the races.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
I don't know if
Totally
there's
here
any-
for that.
I don't know if there's any today. I think they might be closed, but I know there's definitely races tomorrow.
We're gonna be here
Okay,
for more than
awesome.
a day. So
Mm-hmm.
Also, Hama, question.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you said you're a courier, right?
Yep.
Where do you deliver to and like from?
Oh, well, all over the place. My order is all about movement. We're all about, like, okay, a lot of monks are all about like fighting and everything. But we, like, if we had to pick two things we're good at, it's like nature and moving through it quickly. We're less about fighting and more about just like running, not like away, but just like from point A to point B.
Right.
And I'm helping out my order. Some people in the turncoats are friends with some people from my order, so I'm kind of helping out the turncoats. So like anytime they need like messages or scout, I've been doing a lot of scouting lately, but like messages or deliveries or like things they need moved quickly, like that's what I'm here for. And there's a lot of other, but yeah, there's a few of us helping out too.
Sick. And do you have like a main, like, does your order have like a main temple or like a monastery of like operations?
Kind of. It's not really a build. There's some building. We live in the jungle. We hang out in nature mostly.
Okay. Sick. Is there like, if I needed something delivered, like, could I ask someone from your order to do it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. We're like, I mean, depending. We're a little more like, there's just your general like, there's like your general delivery people, like your general regular couriers.
Mhm.
But we tend to be like a little bit more expensive because we're very specialized and very speedy.
Like how expensive?
I mean, it depends.
Like if I wanted a letter delivered to Pyre.
Oh, maybe that'd probably be pretty expensive for one of us though. We don't do like long distance, like that long of a distance mostly.
Okay. All right, cool. Thanks. I was just curious.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you all can move through the streets, and eventually, Kea will bring you through the zigzagging streets. This is a crowded city. It is like Pyre is very large, but because of that can be fairly spread out in places. This city is just very dense, and you can tell that it's a very old and like well lived in. You can see just like houses and apartments and things are just like crammed in next to each other. Not in like an overcrowding kind of way, but in just kind of more of like people just making use of every bit of space they can find kind of way.
Is it kind of like a San Francisco kind of way?
Yes, actually, I've never actually been to San Francisco. Yeah, or I have, but it was like only at night, and I spent most of my time on a boat.
Mood.
Anyway, yeah, and then eventually brings you up to a little bit of like a less dense section of town where it looks like these are where like dignitaries come in, and where you can see the embassy. And you can see one that has the like one that has just like a big wooden sign with a dark background and a insignia of a silver fire with a like almost like a shooting star arcing over it. This is here you go. This is the Covenant Embassy for anything you need.
Fantastic. Well, I will. I just got some quick business, so I can go in myself unless someone wants to come with me.
Nope, you can do your religious thing. I'll be outside the religious thing. Have fun. Be safe.
Okay. All right.
Don't die.
Imagine
try
like
not-
the awkward pat on like the wall of the place to be like, yep, you're there, you're a thing. And I'm just gonna meander away
Okay.
with the seaweed.
All right. Okay. So Sid, you can head inside.
Yep.
Right. You can see it's not terribly big. It looks like this isn't like generally the size of an embassy has like a variety of factors to it, but the majority of those factors are just the amount of like relationship and travel between the two, like just the amount of connection the two have. In this place, it doesn't seem like Kekuhi and the Arclight Covenant like are terribly connected, but like there is an embassy, so this one's rather small, doesn't get a lot of traffic. But as you come in, a orc wearing the vestments of a member of the clergy of the Silver Flame comes out from like a back room, hearing the door open. Says, "Hello, how can I help you?"
Yes, my name's Sid. I'm here on a matter of business for Sir Eagrel in Pyre.
Ah, yes, that's right. My name is Brazur. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
And yeah, you see this place it's not very big, fairly well maintained though. Like yeah, they keep it nice. And he says, "That's right. I was told to expect you. Sir Eagrel mentioned that the incident of the Windwell was taken care of, and has verified
Yes.
your completion of it. So right this way, I can get you your payment."
Fantastic. Thank you.
And it'll lead you into like a back office where he opens up a safe and pulls out a hefty sack of coins.
Hell
Oh.
yeah.
Here you go. There's your payment. Strangely enough, I've met Sir Eagrel once before when he was much younger. He was just coming from a pilgrimage to the well himself.
Interesting. Is that very normal for individuals of the Silver Flame?
No, it's not. It's not a site of importance within the Temple of the Silver Flame, but that was Eagrel took it as more of a personal journey. I think he seems to have, at least now, especially after he visited when he was young, he seems to have some sort of connection to it.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad to be of service, and if there's anything else that you need, we should be in town for a little while. I may stop by again.
All right. Well, very nice to meet you, and thank you for your aid.
All right. Now we'll head out with my muns.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Before I go,
Mm-hmm.
turn back around really quick. Actually, real quick, is there any possible way that you could potentially get a letter to Sir Eagrel?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay, fantastic. And I'm going to take out the letter that I wrote to Buridan with instructions on it for Sir Eagle to get it to him.
Okay.
And like there's like a little letter and then there's like a letter inside that. So the little
Okay.
letter is all like, cool, Sir Eagle, how you doing, blah, blah, blah. And then there's the letter to Buridan inside that. And it's like, hey, could you please get this to Buridan? Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
use
it.
those connections.
Yes, we have some ways of getting communications fairly quickly between here and Pyre, so I'll get the sent right away.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Mhm.
And now I will
Okay.
peace out with my money.
All right. So Sig comes out carrying a big old, like, jingling sack of money.
House
Ta-da.
fund.
This is what
Drusilla
happens.
has
when we
chewed
help
through
people.
the burrito, so now she has 2
Oh
burritos.
my, I just realized the house fund might be pointless when I get more powerful.
How much monies did we get?
1,000 gold.
Oh, we have enough to get our house, right? Wait, how much was the house?
Let me. Where was that? Where did I have that note? You do definitely. I think you were only like 800 off. if I remember
Okay.
That's
correctly.
going
So-
right. I put that right in the house fund.
Okay, I've been
So-
keeping track of the house fund. We currently have
Yep. You have 800 to go.
174 gold currently in the house fund.
174?
Yeah.
Okay,
And you
so now
were-
we have 1,174.
So you've already paid 1,200.
Yeah.
So you only need 800 more. So your house fund now exceeds the amount you need to spend to get it.
I'm also just letting you all know.
We also have to furnish it.
Once I get more powerful, I can just make a mansion and furnish it.
I mean, yeah, that's when we're on the road, though. It's nice to have like a.
True.
Like a home base.
Okay,
Like we could
so-
rent it out.
But I
get
got
more
so
money.
sick of-
we could Airbnb it.
I got so sick of Pyre though. But hey,
Okay.
Exactly. We
How much-
rent it out.
good idea. How much is in the house fund now? 1,000. We're just putting us all in the house fund.
So I just put so we're divvying it up. So we have 800, which is what we need to buy the house in the house fund, and then we have 404 in the communal fund.
Okay, so added to the 30 gold that I've keeping track in the communal fund.
That took it to 404. I did the math because I also had the 30
Okay.
in the communal fund.
So 974 for the house fund.
What?
No.
No.
Oh, sorry, Xandorn has a horse.
No,
there was a
eight-
horse here this entire time.
I did the math. There's 800 in the house fund now,
Whose horse is that?
and 404 in the communal fund.
Okay. I've been keeping track of these, so I was confused.
It's okay. It's 800 house fund, 404
Cool.
communal fund.
You're also leading Poppy through the streets too, so like it's you're getting a wide berth.
Right, as we deserve.
Indeed.
Make way, royalty coming through.
All right, so you come out and Kao's like, oh, good payout. Would you like to see the suzerain now?
Yes, please.
All right, this way. And he actually points. You can see, like, you kind of went inland a little bit. You kind of swung inland, and then you're going to go back towards the coast further to the south along the coast, where you can see a very tall lighthouse, decommissioned lighthouse. He says her office is right up there.
Thank
So-
you.
Lighthouses are so cool. I want to go to the top.
That is where her office is.
At the light.
Well, the light's not in there anymore, but
You can't call it a lighthouse.
it used to be a lighthouse.
But it's no longer a lighthouse.
Yeah, they
'cause it
said
doesn't have the
they
most
did say
important part.
decommissioned lighthouse.
Does that
I don't
mean
know
the
what decommission
bulb
means.
got taken out? Like when you decommission a church, you lose the bell. Do you lose the light bulb in the light tower?
Well, it's not a light
Lighthouse.
bulb, but they do, it's a fire, but
Do they
So
lose
what
the
you're
fire
saying-
pit?
So what you're saying is if I went up there and I put a fire in it, it would be working again.
please don't light the suzerain's office on fire.
Maybe I
kinda
should just go alone. Just because it might
I want to
it's
light
dealing
the
with my
lighthouse.
past and personal history, maybe I should just go alone. You all can wander the settlement.
Oh, so you get to go alone when it's your personal thing, but when it's my personal thing, you get to fucking fireball us all. I see how it is. Enjoy yourself. And then I'm gonna angrily stalk off into the market.
It was a
I
suggestion.
guess there's
I
no
know,
like real
it
market.
was a suggestion.
Nope, I'm gone. I'm too
don't
late. I
want
can't
to-
hear you. La 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 la.
I'm after Ilva with my 2 burritos.
I'm crunching on my seaweed. I can't hear nothing. Crunch, crunch,
It
crunch,
was
crunch,
just
crunch.
a suggestion, Sid. I didn't want to be burning anything down.
It's okay. I mean, do you still want to go alone? Would you like me to come with you?
I feel like you're less chaotic. You can come if you want.
Cool.
Xandorn, maybe you should keep an eye on them.
Yeah. I'll go keep an eye on them and see if I can find a place to like get Poppy fed and stabled and everything.
Do you want to hold on to my eels? I feel like it's a bad like visual like representation if I come in dual wielding eels.
I'll hold them.
Awesome. Take them.
Hama
Enjoy.
Hama like, yeah, just like holds like it has like holding 2 sticks in each hand, like finishing off the octopus tentacles, and then is gonna move on to the eels.
Justin!
That's what Sam did. Sam went like this.
Sam did do that.
Both of you!
Stop.
Sam
Motion
did it
for
first.
that is the motion
Here.
for eating eels off a stick.
I hate it here.
It is the motion for eating eels. All right. All right. Well, it's still under my arm.
All right. So Sid and Hannibal are heading to the suzerain's office with KO, and then Drew and Ilvem are wandering into town with Xanorn behind with Poppy.
Yes.
Okay. So the 2 of you head over towards the lighthouse. Let's go with Drusilla and Ilvem. What are your plans here? Where are you going?
I'm just walking with purpose, as if I know where I'm going, and we'll see where that takes me.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just following with my 2 burritos,
Into-
like just holding them above the crowd, like, Ilvem!
What?
Help.
All right. Pick a direction: north, south, east, or west.
Weast.
Weast.
Okay. So let's roll for it.
East? I thought you said west.
1 is north, 2 is the next one. Never eat shredded wheat. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
That is a thing, isn't it?
1, we're going north.
Okay. So you just go the opposite direction from Hannibal and
Yeah.
Sid. All right. Okay. So you start heading northward through town. You're like, you can pretty much like stay on the main street, which keeps you going through like shops and businesses and things, or you can start heading more towards the dock direction, or you can start heading up the hill, which looks like more of a residential area.
What do you think, Drew? Dock, Main Street, residential area.
I don't want to go back to the docks because the ocean's there. Residential.
Residential it is.
Okay.
Do some B&Es.
All right, so yeah, you head, you kind of turn to your right and start heading more up the hill in this area. Yeah, it appears to be just like mostly, it's a lot quieter. Like the further you get away, the quieter it gets, and you can see just like houses and like buildings where just like basically like apartment buildings and just like places where people live. It's a lot less crowded and just a lot quieter over here.
Are there any like nice parks?
Let's see. Can you find your way to a nice park? Yeah, there actually would in this area as you're wandering around a little bit. You would eventually find your way into it's not a very big park, but you could find your way over to like a fairly small one.
Yeah, let's just go sit at a park, eat our seaweed / burritos, and have a nice little relaxing few hours until we're meeting up with the other siblings.
Okay.
I
Ilvem,
will.
my hair is very crunchy.
Do you want me to blow it? I can.
Why is it so crunchy?
Oh, actually, when you when you turn to go, rewinding back a little bit, when you turn to split off, Ko was like, oh right, and reaches into one of his pockets with like a little, it's like a little flat circular tin, or like two flat circular tins, and he reaches in, he just like tosses them over to you. The smaller or the bigger one is for your hair, the smaller one is for your skin.
Yes.
I don't know what these do. Will you teach me?
Yes. So this, it looks like it's a leave-in conditioner. So it's just a lot of like various plant goos that are going to introduce a lot of hydration into your hair. The salt, because it's salty, it makes it dry, which is why it's crunchy, because salt does that, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
But this will make it not that. So you just take a little bit in your hand, rub together, just really get in there. You want to start at the ends, because your ends are always going to be the driest part of your hair, and then you want to work your way up.
Vibes I'm getting right now are like those people at like mall kiosks that just like come up to you with like, just like, okay, just try this out, put it on your hands, and just see how it. I say for a second that was kind of terrifying, because it just got dark and all I could see was just the reflection of your glasses.
Anime.
So it was just like two glowing eyes in the darkness. I'm like, what is happening?
Be right back. Sorry. Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
All right, so Ilvem helps
You're
Drew
embarrassing me.
condition her hair in a park.
I hate those
Xanar's like,
kiosks.
yeah, I'm gonna go.
Sibling bonding.
Yeah, Xanar's like, I'm gonna go find a
Anxiety.
stable for Poppy and my horse. Okay. And what is this horse's name? I just had it. Gertie the horse.
That's right.
Rue is conditioning her hair.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, he's been evicted.
She's like
Yeah. You two.
doing the thing that like
Yeah, you
you're not
two-
supposed to do, where she's like doing this, just flat hand rubbing her hair.
Just like swats at your hands.
I'm doing what you said.
No, here, like this, and I'll just start like doing it for you.
Okay.
And then once we're done doing our skincare, I'm just gonna start practicing my flute.
Okay. A nice relaxing skincare and hair care time at the park. All right, and then
Get a blade of grass and do like the whistle while I'm playing the flute.
Performance check.
I am technically proficient with a flute. So
So's Ilvem.
does a blade of grass whistle count as a flute?
you could try and make it work.
I'm gonna do it.
All right. In the meantime, Sid and Hannibal, Ko leads you over to the lighthouse.
The White House.
White House.
There's
Yep.
So that's our big bad.
There you go. Hama's following along with the 4 sticks, just munching their way along as they follow you. They're like, I'll wait outside, but I will take very good care of the food.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Oh, I still have my gizzards.
You probably finished it as you were like waiting for Sid and Ambus and everything and walking. Yeah, and then Kay will lead you inside. You can see it's like the inside is like a circular waiting room, basically. You can see a lot of people just like hanging out and sitting, waiting to meet with the suzerain. And then there's just a spiral staircase. Like the waiting room is just open all the way up, like a good 30 feet or so up to what looks to be the floor of the office. And there's just a spiral staircase around the outside of wall that leads up there.
Oh.
There's a desk at the far side where there's like a person sitting just like taking notes on some things, but looks like basically the assistant that just like lets people up and down.
Hello?
I'll speak to the assistant. I'll get us up there. I'll get us an appointment.
Excellent.
And then Kea will go up to the desk, and the two speak for a second, and then he says, "The suzerain's in a meeting, but it's not terribly important." And the assistant says, "We can just head up right now. She should be finishing up."
Oh, sweet.
So right this way.
Excellent.
Yeah, you can see other people, like a couple other people in the waiting room, just like giving looks, just like, "Wait, what the fuck? I was here first." But then like some of the ones that are like a bit more in the know, just like they kind of give. You can see a couple people like, "What the fuck? I was here first," but then other people are just like, "Oh no, that makes sense. Okay."
Hello.
And then
Sorry.
and you go up the staircase. It's very, again, like it's on the outside wall, so like people can see you the whole way up as you're climbing the spiral stairs.
Social anxiety is just like.
There's a railing though, so like you can't just like fall off into the lobby. But yeah, you can get up, and then
super embarrassing.
at the top at the top there is a door. Kea will open it and walk inside, or will knock, and then the suzerain will say, or you hear a voice from inside say, "Come in." And then Kea opens the door and stands aside and lets the two of you in. You come out into a very nice circular office in like the top chamber of this fairly large lighthouse. Seems the interior has been converted into office space, so it's not windowed all the way around. It's been like covered up with walls, but then it does open up into a balcony on the far side. And inside you can see a Triton woman sitting at her desk in like the middle of the room, and there's a person on the other side who like was already standing up to go. And he says, "Yes, I'll get those reports to you by the end of the day, and just let me know if you need any more shipments." And she says, "Thank you very much. If you need anything else, just let my assistant downstairs know, and she'll be happy to help you out." And he walks past you, and Keo closes the door, and then she says, "Captain Keo, I assume your mission was a success?" And he says, "Yes, ma'am. We successfully managed to rescue 20 prisoners from the border camp, and my associate was taking them through the docks to get processed and brought back in. They're taken care of. I in particular wanted to I was escorting a new friend. This is Hannibal," and he gestures to you off the side. She kind of seems to take notice of you. He he assisted us in the engagement at the border crossing, and I just perhaps it'd be better if the two of you just spoke. She says, "Oh, all right. Hello, Hannibal. My name is I'm Suzerain Dalen of Gren Lake. Nice to meet you."
Nice to meet you as well. This is Sid.
Nice to meet you, Sid.
Pleasure.
Suzerain, what was it? Suzerain
Dalen, Dehlyn.
Excellent. Nice to meet you as well. Hello.
Hello. From which of the deep cities do you hail?
I have no idea.
That's strange.
I assume I was taken from one of those deep cities as an infant because I have no memories of a place like that. And the only reason I know I'm a deep one is because I was called one by Konos, someone called Konos.
Yes. We've met. He runs jobs through the city and works in the south primarily. But yes, he's come through here.
Oh, he called me a deep one. I didn't know what that meant, so I came here to sort of figure out my past, possibly, and where I actually come from.
I see. Why don't two of you make yourselves comfortable? Have a seat. Can I offer you any refreshments?
Just some water would be nice.
Milk.
All right. She. You can see she like writes something on a like piece of paper and then goes over to a tube that like sits in the wall, and she just like opens it up, drops the paper, and it looks like it falls through the floor. Probably goes down to the assistant's desk. That'll be up in a moment. So why don't you tell me everything you can, and we can see if we can get this sorted out.
I think I was kidnapped by the Gith, or just given over to the Gith. I'm also half Gith. It's a long story. Someone called Grantar.
She's like taking notes as you're talking.
And I grew up in a laboratory. All my life I was in a laboratory doing experiments for Grantar and for myself. And then I left.
All right.
I don't know if who my Triton parents were. No knowledge of that, or no knowledge of anything outside of, how I was raised. Today was the first day I swam in an ocean, so.
There's like, as you say that, there's like you can see just like a look on her face. Like she composes herself after a second, but you can see a look on her face that like that fact alone breaks her heart, that you've never been in the ocean before. She clears her throat. That sounds like a tragedy. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. I'm realizing more and more every day how much my upbringing is not great.
All right. Let's see. I can send a message, a priority message. The nearest deep city would be Nalshir, in the Marantar Trench. Someone there might be able to provide us with more context and know more about your story from our end of things.
All right. There's no way to see if any parents possibly had a child get taken in the last 39 years.
Yes, that number is helpful. She writes it down. She says, "Yes, I'll send all this information there, and if anyone is, I'm absolutely certain if anyone had a child go missing or taken, or we would know about it. So it shouldn't be terribly long to find out who your parents are, where you came from."
Wonderful. And what was this place you said I could go see?
She said, "I can send a message. It'll be very quick."
Excellent. Okay.
It's Nalshir. It's the closest of the deep cities.
Okay. I'll make a mental note of that in case I ever want to go. Sorry, I thought I would know what to say or ask when I got here. Do you need any help with fighting the loyalists?
You've just arrived. You don't know your people, and you're already offering to help.
Well, of course.
I appreciate it. I might be able to find something for you, although until we know more about where you come from, I would hate to have you run off and go fight and possibly die without finding out answers. So I would prefer you stayed here. Do you have a place to stay in town yet?
No.
She thinks for a second, and like she thinks for a second, kind of like looks up into one side, just like muttering to herself before she says, Captain Keo, after this is and actually she writes another note and drops it down the tube. She says, "Captain Keo, after this is done, would you mind escorting them to the Keone estate? I think they would be happy to host you for a time."
Oh, an estate.
Yes, the Keones are good friends. They are a fairly elderly couple, but they have a habit of they love taking in guests. So they have a great many friends from abroad, and I don't think anyone is staying with them right now.
Oh, wonderful. Are they Triton as well?
They're not. They're from Kekuhi. They're from here.
Okay. Also, just one question. So, my siblings don't ask me endlessly when we go back to them. What are the deep ones, like whatever I am, noble? That's what I perceived slightly.
It's sort of complicated. The ocean floor is where our cities are the safest. The shallower the water, the more likely it is that creatures of the ocean that wish us ill will find us. The ocean can be a dangerous place. So the settlements we have in the shallower waters tend to be a bit smaller by comparison. Those that we keep in the deep floor of the ocean in the trenches, those are our most ancient and just largest settlements, and they're kept by triton like you, deep ones, those adapted to the farther down depths of the ocean. So not a deep one is not noble by default, but among the triton, generally speaking, our most influential noble families are all deep ones.
Interesting. If we do have to go down to these deep cities, is there any way we could get there safely, at least for my siblings? As you can tell, kind of gestures at Sid. Cannot breathe underwater.
Yes, that would be a problem. They can be difficult for a triton like myself even to spend time in for an extended period of time, at least some of the deeper ones. Malshir is one of our less deep cities. It resides on the sides of a deep trench, but the pressure can be difficult even for a triton. So there may be magical means, but it would be uncomfortable at best.
So mostly likely a solo venture,
unless you can find some sort of magical means. If I'm sure the people of Nalshir may be able to help you with that. They take guests in occasionally.
All right. Do you have any questions, Sid? That you're here?
I mean, other than the fact that we're new to the city, and I mean, we already came across some aggressive individuals because of who my brother is. Is there anything that I should be particularly wary about? We don't plan on going into loyalist territory at all. But is there anything in particular I should keep my eye on just to make sure that I keep this one safe?
Well, loyalist territory is to the north. The borders between our territory are moving constantly due to the conflict, but so far they've not extended anywhere close to the city. So you should be safe as long as you stay within the confines of the city. However, the most telltale sign is the loyalist soldiers and agents wear the crest of the three primary loyalist families on their armor and their clothing. And she basically describes the three symbols that you saw the border guards wearing. She's, whichever symbol is at the top symbolizes which of the three families they're most loyal to, or where they come from. That being said, we have had recent reports that they have been hiring a variety of mercenaries, as well as allying themselves with certain foreign elements as well.
I think we might have seen one of those foreign elements.
Did you?
I've been reading up on, demons, but it looked like it discorporated when it died, and from my readings, most fiends do that.
Yes, we've heard word that the mercenary company known as the Platinum Chain has been commissioned by the Loyalists. They are the best way I can describe them is bureaucrats and mages rolled into one. They are occultists that specialize in the interplanar bureaucracy involved in summoning and contracting with a group of fiendish mercenaries known as Yugoloths.
Fucking knew it.
If you faced a fiendish creature, it was most likely one contracted through the platinum chain.
We did, and it was dealt with.
That's good. The other primary faction that they seem to have employed is a group known as the Menagerie Pride. They are a large mercenary company from the south, from the southern continent of Findle. I'm not sure where entirely. They're from a ways off, but they are, for lack of a better term, monster tamers. They find exotic and dangerous creatures and tame them to be used for a variety of unsavory means.
That is interesting.
Seems that the loyalists prefer anything they can get their hands on or any mercenaries they can get their hands on that can provide unconventional and monstrous means of attack.
And how are the turncoats making do?
We're managing. We have a fair amount of support. She stands up, or she actually turns and points out the window, and you can see there's like her window faces a section of harbor. And while the majority of the harbor is those like double hulled ships that mark themselves as native to Kekuhi, there are like a row of ships that are just like what you like, the type of ships you closer to what you'd be familiar with, though Oralmar ships are very different and elegant and elfy looking. But like ships that you would more yes, the kind of ships you would have seen in the pyre docks, more just like single hulled, large, like multiple masted ships with green sails on them. And she says, the Turncoat Rebellion began 15, 16, 17. It's hard to say exactly when. It started off as an idea, little more than a group of like-minded individuals who, support the reign of the Triton. And of course, I and my office cannot officially condone or support their actions. However, where we found ourselves in things, we do end up allied with them more often than not, as they do support us, and the loyalists support the opposite. But one of the like-minded individuals was she wasn't before, but she is recently, in the past couple of years, inherited the title of a Countess of Galden. And she has been providing troops and weapons and ships and all sorts of aid to us, as well as just the numerous numbers that the turncoats seem to have. So,
I can't speak for my siblings, but it wouldn't feel right for me to, once I meet, if I do have family here, just leave without helping. So I'd very much like to help where I can.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. There is also one other group that we've recently heard word of. The turncoats have a variety of spies, and they have learned that I'm not fully appraised on the situation, but it seems that there is another foreign element on the side of the loyalists. I want to make sure I don't get this wrong. They are not from Farathan across the ocean, but they formerly were. They're not officially recognized by Farathan, but they are remnants of their old religious extremists, their Inquisition, that seem to have allied themselves with the loyalists. There was a time when Farathan had spies and other such people in this very city, but they have been ousted a long time ago, well over a decade ago, back during the war. But we've definitely heard secondhand accountings of how dangerous these people can be. So That's quite troubling, but thank you for your offer of help. Once we figure out who you are and everything and your story, we will gladly take it.
I'd love to figure out who I am and what my real name is.
Indeed. And she looks back at KO in the bag. She says, and of course, we have very capable soldiers like Captain KO here. You were stationed at Castle Mal, weren't you? And he nods and says, that I was, ma'am. One of our exchange programs with the Drow of the Underdark, some of our most elite soldiers. He says, I did pick up a thing or two there, especially how to fight fiends.
Does the name Xanorn ring any bells to any of you?
KO's like, aside from him being one of your companions, no?
We don't really, he kind of just showed up one day. We don't really know who he is.
No, can't say I know who he is.
Figure I'd ask. Thank you so much for all of your help and insight. I very much appreciate it. How long do you think it will take to possibly hear back any of this information?
I will send an express letter via courier using some of our fastest. I'll send it as quickly as possible. Hopefully within a few days, we should have an answer.
Wunderbar. I guess we'll be staying at the estate.
Yes. I sent word to my at some point in here, the assistant came up with your water and milk as well.
Oh, excellent.
My assistant has sent word to the Keonis, and I'm sure they will be happy to house you. They're always excited to have guests from out of town.
Okay.
It's a very lovely estate. They're getting up there in years, so they don't. They mostly stay on the first floor of their estate. They have trouble with the second floor, with the stairs getting to the second floor, so they mostly keep that as guest rooms.
And whereabouts is this estate?
Captain KO should be able to take you there. He's like, I know of the Keonis. I can guide you.
Excellent. One moment, please, if you don't mind. And I just sit in the chair, my eyes roll back into my head, and I cast Sending.
Okay.
So we don't have to hunt them through the city.
Oh, yeah.
And I speak to Drusilla. Hey, Drew, it's me. I'm in your head.
What the
That's
fuck?
8. That's 8. We got permission to stay at an estate here in the settlement. Thank you. Meet us. Embassy. Fuck, I should have said lighthouse. And then you can respond with 25 words or less.
What?
Is that it?
How are you in my head? I don't like this. Which embassy?
I'm repeating this out loud for Sid.
Okay.
Oh God.
Can we just meet at the lighthouse? Done.
I cast Sending again, my last 3rd level spell slot for the day.
Okay.
And I'm going to send it to Drusilla again. Yeah, I meant the lighthouse. That's where we are currently. Okay, bye.
Okay, but before we go to the estate, can I please light the lighthouse?
I can't respond.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ilvem, we gotta go to the lighthouse.
Oh, are they done?
We got permission to stay in an estate. I guess Hannibal really is a prince.
A Scion as well.
We're all just scions.
I'm not.
Yet.
We just haven't found what you're a scion of.
Don't worry, one of us will get the wish spell and just wish.
I wish Ilvem was a scion.
Being a scion
Turns into
is...
turns into a moderately sized, well-priced vehicle.
Nice.
A scion is not about... I don't know what I'm trying to say here.
It's a state of mind.
There it is.
Yeah.
State of mind.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sid, I think they're gonna meet us here, so should we go meet them?
Yep, sounds good.
While you're in town, and she says, the suzerain starts standing up, like as you're getting up. Says, while you're in town, if you need something to entertain yourselves with, the racetrack should be open tomorrow. There will be races.
Yes.
I can send word that I'll send you some information, but I can arrange for you to be guests into my box seats.
The two of us?
Nepotism. Any of you that like, any guests you have.
They won't be interested, I don't think. Me and Sid will be very much interested in box seats.
All right. Well, anyone that you like can be my guests, and I won't. Not to be. I understand you've traveled from a great distance. If you don't have your, if you did not bring the majority of your wardrobe with you, I can also set you up with a tailor who can provide you with some nice clothes as well, if you've left them elsewhere.
Interesting. Thank you so much.
Of course, absolutely. Consider yourself a guest.
I did rip the sleeves off my coat to show off my fins.
Well, if you need anything else, let me know. And KO, I think I can arrange for you to have some time off active duty and act as a guide for our friends here while they're in town. So, yes, ma'am.
Oh, also, if you need our name for any official documents, it's the Disaster Siblings.
All right.
I didn't make that name. I can't remember who did.
I think it was either me or you.
It might have been, actually. This name has been stuck around for before Sid came along. Okay, bye. Thank you again.
All right. Good to see you, and I will send that letter off immediately, and I will hope to have an answer for you soon.
I chug my milk in one go.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your hospitality. And just a quick question before we go. Tomorrow, I was hoping to potentially send a letter to Ulramar. Do you know where I could accomplish that?
If I will let my assistant know, if you just bring it to the lighthouse and leave it with her, she will make sure it is sent off as expediently as possible.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right. Bye.
All
right.
Yeah, leave. Thank you for coming, Sid.
No problem. Did you, I mean, obviously we need to wait for more information, but are you satisfied with the meeting?
Yeah, I'm so nervous to find out more. What if I'm rich?
Well, then that'll certainly be interesting.
Oh. Yes.
All right. So y'all can head downstairs. You have to wait a little bit. Hama is outside, has finished off all of the eels and like everything, and just has the 4 sticks. And they're just like leaning up against the side of the White House. I keep saying White House. The side of the lighthouse. And they are they're doing their best to juggle the 4 sticks, but like as you all like their tongue is kind of like sticking out of the corner of their mouth with like concentration as they're throwing them, and as you all come out, they just kind of like let go, and they all just thunk, 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 just clatter to the ground. Just, oh, you're back.
Yes.
So what's the deal?
We have an estate to stay in while we're here.
Ooh, that's fancy.
And free clothes, I think.
Wow.
And I'm a prince.
You're what?
A prince.
I didn't get that from that conversation. Not to contradict you or anything.
Yeah,
but
no.
that's
Well, maybe. Who knows?
okay.
Schrodinger's prince.
Yes, prince until proven otherwise.
Yep.
Okay. Mind if I ask where you're staying? I work in town, but I might come by and visit, see how you're all doing.
An
It's
estate.
the insert name here estate.
The Keone estate.
The Keone estate.
Yeah, that one.
Putting it in Discord. Okay. Yeah, I can find my way there. Cool. So, see y'all around.
Exactly how I spelled it.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
And they like have the mask like on their belt because it's just basically 3 holes. They just had like one like a little like loop through the eye hole attaching into their belt. So they pull it up, put it on, and then just like stretch a little, crouch down, and then just like leap up basically to like rooftop height, and then just start like bounding back and forth across rooftops.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yep, that would be why they are the best couriers and scouts and messengers that we could find.
Now what do we do? Just wait for the others?
I
Wait
suppose
for
so.
them to show up.
They should be here soon. Yeah, a little while later, Drusilla and Ilvem, you can probably find your way over.
Yeah, how long does
Drusilla's
it take?
hair is
Maybe like 20 minutes.
Because Ilvem was just walking with purpose and was really paying attention to where they were. So
Luckily,
to
you said the
backtrack.
lighthouse, so it is very easy to spot.
Would you have said that meeting would have been a good like short rest-ish stuff?
Yeah, that would allow. Yeah,
Think?
I mean, you've had an hour where you've had you've had a bunch of time that could have been a short rest in here.
Cool.
Like the transport along the bottom of the ocean could have been a short rest.
Then we'll just do an arcane recovery to get a 3rd level spell slot back.
Okay.
And
Drusilla shows up. Her hair is so soft and fluffy looking because of Ilvem and the leave-in conditioner. It's just like she's a Tresemme commercial right now.
she's like tied a knot in it and like
It's like
One application of leave-in conditioner.
revolutionary to a fucking forest gremlin.
like her hair's not at all soft, but it's just like
All right, I can show you the way. Didn't you have? Wasn't there one more of you?
oh yeah,
Where's
Xanorn.
Xanorn?
Yeah, you told Xanorn to keep an eye on you. What the fuck?
we killed him.
Dead.
It left
I
his
don't.
body.
I asked him.
I
I
don't
asked him.
believe you.
I
Where's
asked him.
Poppy?
I asked him. Yeah, where's Poppy? I asked him to keep an eye on you.
She's
He
having a
had
nap.
Poppy.
We have
We
Poppy.
didn't hurt.
No, he had Poppy.
Oh,
He had
okay.
Poppy. He had
Yeah.
all of our animals.
Well, you see, he was trying to hurt Poppy, so we killed him dead, and his body's back in the park, and we just let kind of Poppy go loose, and she's, yeah.
Oh,
Feel
man.
my hair,
Poppy back
Sid.
into the wild.
I can't believe I'm about to waste this. I cast sending again. Hey Xanorn, where the fuck you at?
Is that it?
We're at the lighthouse.
Response. Oh, hey. I found a stable for Poppy near the racetrack. I'll come meet you there.
He found a stable near the racetrack. Poppy's there. He's coming to meet us here.
Cool.
So he's not dead. He didn't kill Poppy.
I'll wait a little while longer then for Xanorn to show up.
I'm gonna braid Drew's hair.
I should have told Xanorn we were going to an estate. God.
Yes,
Shit.
braid my hair.
I'm gonna
Little,
continue
little,
working.
little Legolas elf braids.
Aw.
Who's in her glory right now? She's so fucking cute.
I'm just gonna read my structure of the Karzal's demonology book and see if I can find demonology though.
It's about demons primarily, but it has sections on the other 2 types of fiends.
To see if I can find information about Yugoloths.
Okay. Yeah, you can find there's like a brief section at the back where there's like a section for devils and a section for Yugoloths. Yugoloths are the third type of fiend, though far less common than demons and devils. Demons and devils fight each other for it almost seems like ideological reasons. Like they are just like destined to fight. It seems like they just can't naturally. Oil and water cannot stand each other. The book does cover the blood war a bit.
Nice.
Just the constant battle between demons and devils that goes on, and many scholars question whether or not, like, many scholars question what the universe would be like if they didn't do that, and if they like didn't waste so much of their energy killing each other. But what?
It'd probably be terrible.
Oh yeah. Yugoloths are the third, the neutral party in the group. Devils are lawful, demons are chaotic, Yugoloths are just neutral evil. And they are basically interplanar mercenaries. They fight for money. Pretty much in any case, they will primarily they also fight in the blood war, but demons and devils have to hire them, and like especially because when it comes to extraplanar beings of any type, especially fiends, they don't die unless they're on their home plane, which Yugoloths, like the blood war takes place on the home planes of demons and devils, depending on like where the line is pushed to. Yugoloths, it never takes place on their home planes. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll fight. They'll go fight, they die, they get sent back home, they don't care.
Light bulb, boop. Mercenaries fight for gold. Light bulb. So I could like ascertain that thing we fought was what I, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably find descriptions of the different types of Yugoloths, like a couple of them, and that is one of the most common types, a Mesoloth.
We fought the Mesoloth, everybody. Isn't that fun?
It's interesting.
Oh, this book I have, it's giving me information about those, a thing we fought. But also, those things that we fought, we'll fight for gold. So like...
It says they're mercenaries, and it says they fight for payment, but you don't actually see anything in terms of what they take as payment and whether or not gold is accepted or if they deal in another currency.
I'll still say gold anyway.
Okay.
So maybe we could get those fiends to fight back against... No, never mind. Bad idea. But I have a book of knowledge about them in case we have to fight another one.
Awesome. Well, that's certainly good information to have.
Oh yeah, and here it even says they're very good against fire and cold. The one we fought. Isn't that interesting?
Actually, it actually wouldn't have too much details on them because this is a demonology book. But now that you know what you're looking for, you could do some research and look for resources on Yugoloths specifically.
I'll still tell Drew that I'll lie and say, oh yeah, the book even here says Drew they're good against fire and cold. We should have just cracked this puppy open earlier.
Actually, no, that would be in there because they're fiends, and like all fiends are resistant to those two.
Should have cracked this puppy open earlier, Drusilla.
Well, I'm sorry you didn't crack it open in the middle of a battle.
Well, I generally like to read the book from the front.
Well, you were lying there. You probably could have read it.
I like to read the book from the front to the back. Not just crack it open to a random page.
Yeah. While you're having this conversation, Xanorn will come like hustling over. There you are. I came back to the park looking for you and you were gone.
Yeah, Ilvem and Drusilla said you stole Poppy.
What? No, I took her to a stable. I told you I was taking her to a stable.
And they said they killed you. So,
well, that didn't happen.
Or it did, and this is an illusion.
Or it did, but we just brought you back because we felt bad.
We have
anyway
permission to stay at an estate.
It's an endless loop.
Do you mind if I come stay with you at the estate?
I thought that was just like a given.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like to ask. You've helped me get money.
Also, where are you planning on going?
I'll be honest, I don't have a plan. I was just heading in this direction. I'm kind of in like I'll know it when I see it kind of place. Call it a period of transition in my life.
Like a pilgrimage?
Yeah, let's call it a pilgrimage. Sure, that sounds good.
Are you a cleric?
No.
What are
What?
You want to
Are
become a
you?
permanent retainer of our house?
Pay me, I will, yeah.
Yeah, you can manage the
That's
house and
we're ready
pyre
to buy a house.
while we're out and about.
But like,
You could be the
What?
landlord.
No, I think
what?
we would be the landlords and he would be like the superintendent.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
What's a
Oh.
landlord?
Apologies,
The lord of the land.
I didn't come from a house. I came from, I don't know yet.
Neither did I.
Okay. Either way, I got Poppy into a stable. They have elephant size, actually bigger than elephant size stables here. The place I left her looks like she would. It was pretty roomy for her, actually.
Oh, great. That probably
Awesome.
has to do with the dinosaurs, I imagine.
Yep. And KO is like, that is those are absolutely stables meant for dinosaurs.
What if we get a dinosaur?
They're expensive. I can tell you that much.
But what if we get a dinosaur?
How expensive?
Depends on the one you get.
T-Rex.
Very, very.
I'm thinking like a brontosaurus, which is
Ooh,
the
really
long necks, right?
Yeah.
I don't think
I think Brontosaurus technically doesn't exist. And
it doesn't.
Was
It's
amalgamation.
It's Brachiosaurus, yeah.
Brontosaurus. No, people thought Brontosaurus existed for a while, but it was an archaeological
Fuck up.
mistake where they put like the head of one dinosaur onto the body of another.
It never.
I want the biggest long
existed.
neck they got.
Apatosaurus? Do they have the Apatosaurus? That's the biggest.
Big ones like those people usually don't keep in the city because they would like crush buildings if they
What
walked,
about mosasaurs? I know they're walking.
What about an
I don't know.
Albertosaurus?
I don't know
What
my different
about-
types of.
What about velociraptors? They're very small. They're 2 feet tall.
No, but we do maybe
How do
actually.
you not have a
Woolly
velociraptor? They're,
mammoth.
they're 2 feet tall.
Possibly. I know we've got some Deinonychus there are some Deinonychus at the racetrack.
Yes.
Those are
The-
bigger versions of those, right?
The Jurassic Park raptors are what those
Yes.
are. I like dinosaurs.
All right. There. Let me
That's
get you
me
to
speaking.
the
That's
estate
Justin
and set up.
speaking. Okay.
Yeah. And he'll start leading you to the north, or actually, sorry, to the inland. What is direct east? So it's leading you east away from the coast, and the place he leads you to is basically that residential district that Drew and Ilvem were just in.
Okay.
And you get
Why
up
couldn't you guys meet us here? We were already
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we didn't know
Yeah.
that. You should have told
Could
us.
have asked.
Didn't think about it.
All right, and he'll bring you up to the gates of an estate. It's pretty this area is pretty compact. Like there's houses. It's a fairly large house. It looks like it's got terraced and has balconies, and it's like 2 floors. It kind of is like a U-shaped house with a little courtyard in the middle. It's gated and has like very tall, like trees and bushes around the outside for privacy. And he says, "All right, I'll just bring you in and introduce you to the Keonis. They're a lovely couple, from what I hear."
Excellent.
And as he knocks on the front gate, that's where we're gonna
Yeah.
end the session for the week.
Nice.
Yay!
Yay! Yay!
Prince Justin.
Prince Hannibal.
Prince Hannibal.
Excellent. Yay.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us, audience and chat.
Yes.
Chat was very, very active today. Look at all that. That's awesome.
That was awesome today.
Before we leave,
Good to have
let's,
you all here.
let's spam the DN Daddy. Oh wait, only subscribers can do that. Well, I'll spam.
Oh, are you? I was like-
Yes.
I was like, are you not a subscriber on your own channel?
23 months. Next month
Nice.
is our 2-year anniversary of streaming.
Wow.
February
Wow.
13th.
Nice. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We will see you back here next week for the continuation as they get to go and visit a dinosaur racetrack.
And get a dinosaur.
Do I have names for all of the the racing dinosaurs that they can bet on?
Yes.
Absolutely, I do.
Oh, man.
Good.
Let's bet
Yes.
the entire house fund.
This was the best part of the Tomb of Annihilation campaign I'm in,
Right.
was when we were in Port Niazaro and got to do dino racing.
Where do you think I ripped the rules directly from?
Oh, I know.
Yay.
I know.
Mhm.
I
Well, that's going in.
As
just
soon
whole-
as you
just-
said like racing, I was like, "There's gonna be dinos. I hope one of those names is Big Chomper."
It is not Big Chomp. I did not take the default names. There are a variety of new wonderful names.
Tomb of
Please tell me
Annihilation.
that one is Chungus.
Please.
Steve.
Please. I
We'll
need
find
this.
out when you get there.
Oh,
Samuel.
What?
I still wanna, I
Chungus.
still want to run. I
Chungus.
still want to run Tomb of Annihilation on the channel at some point too. Nah.
Hear me out, Dit. What about Chungus?
What? Where did your voice just go with
Yeah.
that one? What? Hear me out. Like, what was
What about
that?
Derek?
What about Dave the Barbarian?
Dave the Barbarian.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Have a-
bye-bye.
Have a good
Right.
Sunday. Have a good week.